Hold on, come here. They got it stored for me. Louis, I think he goes by.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy upstairs. A little short one.
Okay.
He's not allowed back on the property.
Oh, okay.
So we see him, let him know he's not out on the property and call the police. Come over here and tell me it's okay for him to take parts off. White truck out back,
Wow.
and that truck belongs to the owner, so that's not.
Yeah.
It wasn't the case.
Yeah, none of that stuff's cool.
No, and he went a little further than that with the vocabulary, so had to get rid of him.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
All right, man. I'll be right with you. Jeez, I swear, I think I'm gonna put on some it's really out here. I think I can muster it. Get a little cloud cover today. Day outside. I don't see the kite bird in the tree out there. So I'm just kind of walking around the property. There's not a lot of people. You gotta kind of keep an eye on things. Everything looks good. That's good. This is the coolest little van. Swear to God. I know it's stupid. Nobody wants them hardly. They're just for looks. But this belongs to a guy that lives here. And he's planning on repainting it and all, but I'm not seeing it. But it runs off of propane. And it don't even have a gas motor in it. I think the max speed on those things, if you're lucky, it's 55 from what I hear. So not something you want to take a trip in. And they're always doing construction over at that power plant over there. Hey, look, we got a bird of prey. Check that out. What? I got to change the title of this thing. Give me a minute and I'll change it. I'm done with those people. But yeah, I don't know where he took off to. He probably landed in a tree out there. Looks like about a 9-foot, at best, maybe an 8-foot, common Black Hawk. Oh, there goes a kite right there. A little 2.5-footer, I think. Maybe, I don't even think they're 3 feet. I think they're like 2.5 feet wide. Beautiful little white kites they got flying around hunting down here. Pretty cool bird. You notice the wings? So you got a good view of the wings. The wings look like falcon wings. So right away you can identify them by just looking at the wings. That's pretty cool. Oh, somebody was chatting. Do me in, T-Bar. Give me a second. Let me get around here. Yeah, I gotta feed the Jaguar Rooney again. He knocked that tray off again. I'm not feeding him every day. I skipped 2 days feeding him, and yeah. I mean, that's cool. Oh wow, they locked that door. Gotta go back in this other door here. That's okay. Sometimes they lock the door, locking me out. Wow, it's a lot less equipment in here because I think they're out setting up for a job or something, or doing a job. Let me get up these stairs. Look at that beautiful design up there, right? Big old dome up there. Pretty chandelier. Pretty cool little view down there, ain't it? Yeah. When nobody's here, hardly, walk around the house, you never know when somebody might be up to no good. You dig? Not a Jaguar, it's a Jaguar Rundi. It's the rarest cat in the world. It's a cross between a Jaguar and a Panther. They're a breed of their own, though. And they don't know, man, thousands of years ago. They started coming into being. And they got a lot of different varieties. Different colors. It's a lot of fucking walking to do right there. It's a big property. And yeah, we got a black one that lives up with green eyes. It's freaking awesome. And they got one in 2018. Somebody got a little video of. Looks very similar to her. But they're a lot thinner than a cougar. They're not near as big as really. Cougar's got, I think, an inch or two. I think 2 inches on the overall height. Depending on the Jaguar Rundi. Some of them Jaguar Rundis are bigger than the average on those things. The one we got here is over 3.5 feet, chest to ass. Which puts it over the average. It's a big cat. Beautiful cat. They're very friendly towards people. They're not really scared of people too often. I just hope to be the first person to ever get one on a live stream. And if I'm not, at least I call awareness of existence here. Oh, God dang. This is for me being up right now. I'm trying to correct my time schedule where I can be up during the days. I had to change an appointment of mine. But also I got to call some people dealing with this Jaguar Rundi that are interested in the Jaguar Rundi. I still listen to 12-string Tim and Sharon. Not sure who Sharon is, but I probably have seen them. I don't know. Put me a link. And I go watch a lot of stuff on the internet. I mean, there might have been somebody that I was following there for a while, and then maybe I'm not getting their notifications. God forbid. That happens a lot. But that guy Tim sounds very familiar. I think I maybe know who you're talking about. I was in their Discord for a long time till I left Discord. Most likely. There's the link if somebody wants to pop in for any ungodknown reason. A little bit later here in a few hours, I'll go outside and see if I can do some more bird watching. I always want to catch the hawks flying by. I'm always on the lookout for the red-tailed hawk. It's not a very big hawk. They're about, I think, I don't know. If I had to guess, they're probably at most 8 feet of wingspan, but they're said to get up to 9 or so, but I've never seen one that big. I think I saw one that was about 8.5 maybe one time. That's it. I don't even think it was that big. I'm gonna say 8 feet at most. They're supposed to get bigger than that though. The common black hawk down here they're supposed to only get up to around 8.5 to 9 feet. Wing tip to wing tip, but they get the ones that are down here, that's a bunch of malarkey what you're reading right there. These things get upward to right at 10 feet. I mean, the big ones get up around 10 feet. Most of them aren't that big. Most of them are 9-footers though. It is true there. I'm gonna go back. I'm looking. I can't remember what channel I was on when I was live streaming the golden eagle flying through the backyard, but he was every bit of 14 foot. I don't give a damn what you read on those things. Oh, they're only 10 feet wide. No, shut the fuck up. I don't know. Do we got monsters down here? Is that what I'm saying? Well, we probably do. But that one there was fucking giant. And anybody that saw that live stream, you know that thing is wider than these freaking trailers back here. Easy by a foot or two. Easy. I would say easy by 2 feet. Probably more. He's got a son that's growing up here. He flew back there and stole the food out of another bird's mouth and then flew back the other way. And that bird is kicking at least, I'm going to say 10 feet. And he's a junior. So people can take things for how they want it when it comes to bird sizes and all of that. I can only tell you what the realities of things are. Some websites list their wingspans wingtip to wingtip when they're so dumb they're listing a single wing length. Most golden eagles you see with people, there's a lot of smaller ones out there. That's true. And they're only about 9-10 feet, maybe 11 feet wingspan. That is true. But I'm telling you right now, the golden eagles do not max out at that wingspan. You are a moron and you've never seen one, if you actually believe that malarkey. Because golden eagles, the one I saw down here flying through that backyard, oh my God, he was way over 4 foot if he's standing face to face with you, which is what they say. They get around 4 feet tall when they're staring at you. This one could have been 5 foot. He maybe 5 foot, 4.5, 5 foot. He was, if I had a beach ball, I could have hit him. I was so close to this bird. And it was only 10 feet off the ground, still trying to take off. And so I could tell you exactly how big this bird was. And he was 14 foot if to blink a fucking eye. And so I'm going to go back and find that video, because if it's true, what they say about their supposed wing size, I got to ask all the experts. See that trailer right there? Okay, you see that bird right there? Explain why this bird wingspan is wider than that 12-foot trailer right there. And then tell me how big these birds supposed to get again. Shut the fuck up. That's what I'm going to tell them. And otherwise, y'all need to get down here and do some bird watching, because you don't know what the fuck you're putting on the internet. To be honest with you. The common black vulture, which is the eagle that we down here, is a smaller one on the scale. He's much smaller than the golden eagle. And this one we got flying around here is easy 11 foot. The biggest ones get around 13 feet. So if anybody ever tells you that the black vulture, Texas black vulture eagle does not reach 13-foot wingspan, they have lost their ever-loving mind. And they are not as big as a bald eagle. They're not even close. Okay? So that gives you an idea how big the bald eagles get, the big ones, not the small little bastards you generally see. Yeah, those guys are kind of small. Same thing with the golden eagles. I mean, you got the bald eagles about 10, and the golden eagles about 11. And then you got the big boys are a lot bigger than that in both of those eagles. And when you're talking the condors, the Andes condor is the biggest eagle in the world. The biggest bird in the world is the stellar. The stellar bird. It's the seabird. By far, that's the biggest bird in the world. But let me tell you, a condor compared to a golden eagle, the smaller golden eagle, there's not even no size comparison. They're so big. But that golden eagle that flew down our backyard that night would whoop ass on an average condor. The biggest condors in the world are much, much bigger. And there's videos out there to prove it. So I don't know why people trip out over the wingspan so much. If you know anything about large predator birds, then you know I'm spot on what I'm saying. And when I'm showing it to you in the video, well, you can't contradict their size then, because I got something to measure it against when they get close enough. So you hear a lot of negative things out there about those kind of things. Don't let that deter you or bother you. If you love birds, watch them. I like small birds. I like medium-sized birds. I like colorful birds. I like seeing birds I've never seen before, because to me, that's living life, baby. I mean, what would you rather do? Watch me on a live stream or go outside and be able to see 3 species of birds that are fucking beautiful that you've never seen in your life before? Think about that one for a minute. That don't take rocket science. I'm going to go outside. Where the fucking birds at? Right. Or are you going to go watch a rerun of Star Trek? Like the newest one, or maybe, I mean, you got your choice here. You know, I'm gonna go watch the birds, guys. Be honest with you. I got no apologies about that. So it doesn't matter where I live. If I lived in Florida, I would be the exact same way. When I moved to Africa, they got birds there I've never seen. I'm very interested in the wildlife in Africa. I definitely want to buy a camcorder that can record really good. Aside from a cell phone, they got those little smart cameras that hold a tremendous amount of video, and you can upload video. You can switch it to your PC and put music in it and your vocals in it, what was going on in the video, and then upload it to the internet. And I think that's something I'm going to be very interested in when I get there. I imagine after my first year there, I'm going to go want to see a lot of the wildlife and catch as much of that as I can and upload it on a regular basis. You just don't see that anymore, hardly. And so that's something I'm really interested in doing. I might start hopping around occasionally, like go to some of these pubs around here that they got down here. You know, that are pretty cool. Maybe some restaurants that I go to that I think are really nice. And I'm not talking your mainstream, you know, ranch house, steak place or something. I'm talking about just the everyday, you know, smaller chain or smaller family-owned restaurants or pubs that I want to go to. I think that would be a pretty cool endeavor to take. I don't know if I'm going to do that while I'm living here in Texas or not. But I like to watch those kind of things, because don't you think it's more interesting to watch somebody's live stream, and then one day they might be, I don't know, working on a race car, and the next they're at some pub talking about the menu, and then you get to see the food there. So if you're ever in that area, you're going to remember, hey, take out that damn hamburger place around here. All you got to do is ask about it. Somebody will point you right to it, kind of thing, right? And I like those type of videos. I just always have. I'm intrigued by that kind of stuff. I don't know whether it's a thirst for knowing where good restaurants are at, or knowing a good side of town to hang out if I go visit somebody in another state. Of course, they'll generally have a good idea anyway. But these are things that produce good, positive conversations, and things that I'm into. Race cars, sports a little bit. I don't like professional sports that much because I think it needs to be monitored by the federal government again. Regulated, what they call it, keep out all the crooked betting, to keep out all the partnership between pro sports and gambling. That's going on. If they're not being watched by Big Daddy and it's okay, they do it. And right now, it's okay. Nothing wrong with Roger Goodell deciding who's going to win the Super Bowl, is there? I mean, it don't matter how much money you bet on the other team. It's the other team's going to win that bad boy. Guaranteed every time. It's a money business thing for them. They're greedy. They can't help it. I get that. But for people that want to see a real sports game and let the best team win, we don't want to see that malarkey, right? So while I'm probably going to be getting back into watching the NFL and keeping up more with it during this off season, getting back into the groove of that, it's not because I'm an NFL fan. It's just because I think it's a more of a good hobby to be into. I was big into it before. I'd like to kind of get into that now. But the difference is I'm not going to be doing it for like any particular team. So while your team might be, I don't know, the Buccaneers, or maybe it ain't the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you might be I don't know, a Raiders fan. Well, hey man, that's cool. That's good for you. But when them two teams play, whichever team I like better at the time is who I'm going to root for. Doesn't mean that's who I think I'm going to bet on or who I think's going to win the game. See, that's a whole nother different topic. And I'm not going to do too much trying to predict ahead who's going to win what games, because I find that people take advantage of you if you're one of the top people doing that. They always follow the top people and they place bets on what they say that team's going to win. And then they're making a killing doing it. And the guy doing it, like, the poor guy down here, he ain't making no money in comparison if he's making anything. So you can take that ideology and stick it where the sun don't shine. I think I'll be more sporadic. I don't mind being on the average of that totem pole or lower, so nobody, kind of preys off of my videos, my predictions of who's going to win what game. I'm more interested in simply talking about who I think's going to win the game based off of circumstance, or based off of the talent of the offensive line, for example, or the defensive backs, for example. See, those are good topics I can get into. And if you're into that sport, then of course that's a good topic for you to listen to. So, because you can open people's mind about some of the issues they might not have thought about. And then you can watch the game after the fact and see if any of that bunch of malarkey comes to fruition. See if it actually happened. It does more times than not, then you got bragging rights. See there? I know football better than you know football. Neener, right? So that's the only reason I like sports talk, because there's a lot of it out there. I've just never found a sports analyzer, what I like to call them, that when I was heavy into watching the NFL, no sports analyzer ever outpredicted me week to week on all the games. Ever. Well, I'm not going to say ever. There was 2 years, maybe out of 13. Maybe out of 10. I'm not going to lie. But the last 5 years I did it, I was number one, baby. Nobody outpredicted me ever. And I realized I was making all these other jackasses money, and I wasn't even taking donations for it. For me, it was just a freaking hobby. So I'm definitely getting back into the NFL, but this time I'm placing bets for myself. And I'm not going to steer you guys to making money. So you should keep that in mind if you're watching my future sportscast, which ain't going to be till next year, wherever I'm at, whether I'm living in Africa here or whatever. And yeah, I was over there watching Kleenex cast, and of course he brings you up, and then he likes to spank you down, bring you up, spank you down, bring you up. Hey, does anybody want to listen to this guy? Spank you back down. Well, Kleenex does that for a multitude of reasons. Number one, he likes the high side, big me, little you. You know, and he's a jerk like that. He always has been, always will be. He claims he's anti-Elisa, but in reality, he's the controlled opposition. He's 100% Elisa. The reason he didn't like the truth and the facts that he was hearing over there about Elisa is because him and Elisa's probably done a few things, if you catch my drift. And God forbid that ever got out. Because there ain't no way in hell a guy has had sex with her and didn't think there was a little something odd about that one. You dig? So I'm not going to go too much into that conversation. I want to get away from that. But my point is with Kleenex, he was avoiding trying to be, he got out of the subject to him being an actor real quick, right? Because he's always coming up with these ideas, and then he plays out this character like he could be the bad guy right over at Kermit and Friends, and everybody hate his guts. Next thing you know, him and Elisa are talking like nothing ever happened. And then he comes up with a whole nother character and a whole nother plan, and then he plays it out. Or he gets somebody else to go in with him on some kind of stupid plan. I've seen him do it. And I couldn't believe he was actually able to carry out half of the crap he ever came up with, but he did. So that's a sign of a great actor right there. So Kleenex is an actor. That's it. Whether he's podcasting himself or on somebody else's live stream. Because he'll be in there, he'll be all into it, like, yeah, man, and this is why that, and this is why that, and Eric this, and Lauren that, and blah, blah, blah. And man, you'll be eating it up, right? Because you people really don't see what's going on behind the scenes so much as anybody that's in that little mix of circle. So I know that most all of what Kleenex does is malarkey. It's not the real Kleenex. The real Kleenex is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And I think he should have been one of those people that should have been in movies. But he probably never went to acting school. He probably never put his name out there. You know, they got places you can put your name out there to get hired by these people that will hire actors for movies. And if you become noticed, well, you can become a movie star, right? And then everybody wants you. Or somewhat of a star. You know, that guy, he wasn't a kid, but that guy that played Robin on Batman and Robin, remember that 70s show? You know, he was always trying to get movie roles. But everybody looked at him like, you little shrimp son bitch, what you gonna do? He wasn't 5'2", I think, right? Or something like that. He's a little short guy. And but he was very persistent. And he eventually got noticed in some roles, and then that carried him over into eventually, you know, playing the role of Batman. And then, of course, many other roles after that. So some of these actors, they didn't really go to movie acting school. And I think that Kleenex missed his calling. I just do. I think he missed his calling. And Danny from LA is another one, man. And he gets up there and, oh, God, who could stand that laugh of his, right? I mean, just shut the fuck up. Nobody laughs like that. Well, I guess there is somebody that laughs like that, right? Because he really laughs like that. But he's another guy that does a great bit of acting. He envisions doing something a certain way, and he goes out of his way to make it happen. His problem is he's not that good of an actor. He can't convince people of a damn thing that ain't true. And that's what separates Danny from a guy like Kleenex. Kleenex could come back tomorrow and be the best guy in Kermit and Friends. He can go on live streams with her, and you'll think that these two were brother and sister. Or maybe she got married 40 years ago, kind of thing, right? Or, well, maybe 15 in her case. But there's a lot of characters over there. Some of the guys I didn't like over there, and some of the ones I do. You know, that's anywhere you go. Who Kleenex? He's not a creepo. He's not what you think. And what's up, Brandon Quay? What are you doing anyway? He's over there trying to give us updates on Ukraine, right? The Ukraine war. Kleenex seemed like a sex offender. Well, technically, there is some truth to that. No, I wasn't even over at your stream. I didn't, I might have gone over there and gave it a thumbs up or something. I don't remember even. What are you talking about? I tried to sabotage your stream. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, it could be another fake T-Bob over there commenting with a bunch of malarkey or something. That's possible. I didn't do anything with you last night. Refresh my memory. There's that dead skin underneath your mustache here. I can't get it off. Like that. Well, I don't know what you were doing last night. What were you doing last night? Was I in your stream last night? I don't think I was in your stream last night. Was I in your stream last night? Did I go on your panel? I don't know what you're talking about, Brandon. I haven't been cross with you since like, what? Well, I don't know. It's been a while. I can't help you if everybody left your live stream. I don't know what you're talking. Oh, I know what happened. Yeah, you sabotaged. I do remember now. You sabotaged your own fucking live stream because you let that guy in there and he wouldn't shut up. I don't do those kind of live streams, bro. I had to leave because you wouldn't shut him up. And I'm just not going to do that kind of crap with some guy that's over there talking a bunch of nonsense about nothing that makes sense to nobody, and he's not putting out anything that makes any sense. No, I was the sober one in there. I'm just not going to listen to a guy talk all that nonsense. You know, it wasn't just me. It was the other people in your live stream that was telling you, shut that guy up, man, get rid of him. But you wouldn't listen. You just let him go and go and go. You did that to yourself, bro. I just left your live stream. That's all I did. Just like all the rest of them. I just held out a little bit longer. But I'm not going to be in a live stream like that. And all them people that did go on your panel, whoever went on your panel, they're not going to be in a live stream like that. So that should tell you something about the kind of people you're allowing on your stream. You know, if you want a trash talking live stream, then stay with them people. You know, I don't need to be in that panel. I don't need to be in your live stream if that's all you're going to have, some bullshit, trash talk bullshit community platform over there. You know, I'm no longer going on anybody that has done those kind of things or will do them again. I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it. It's just a complete waste of time. I'm going to lose power of attorney for what? It's you. It's you what, Brandon? It wasn't me. It was that other guy who wouldn't shut up. You're the one that did that, Brandon, to yourself. That wasn't me. All I can tell you is learn from your mistake and don't let that kind of idiot back up on your live panel. And when you get one, get rid of him right away. That's all I could tell you about that guy and your experience last night. I wasn't even thinking about the rest of the night. I forgot all about it. If I let you up on my live stream, Brandon, and I bring in a guy just like that, that would not let you get a fucking word in, and nobody could hear a damn thing you're saying. I can't hear what you're saying, but I could hear that guy fucking yelling. Would you stay on the panel and listen to that son of a bitch talk nonsense for the next 2 fucking hours? I don't think so, Brandon. I think you would leave the panel just like everybody else would, and did. So the only person you got to blame for that, man, is you. You can only look in the mirror and say, damn, I fucked up. Oh, I'm not going to do that no more. Fuck that. And you learn from your lesson and you move on. And then you end up having a better live stream. You know, one live stream is not going to kill you, man. It's not. People are still going to watch your live streams. Trust me. You just can't. If you don't want that kind of reaction, then don't have that kind of community. If you're going to keep going on people's discords like Bananacadabra and Danny from LA, you're going to run into those kind of people, and you're going to end up having them on your panel, and they're going to sit there and fuck up your panel just like last night. And eventually you end up like Wendy, totally fucked. See? So that's up to you, bro. I got nothing against you if you want to go that way. I'm just telling you ahead of time. It's your audience is going to be limited. You will never, ever see 200 people watching your live stream at one time. Unless you could get up there like Maurice Duck Standard. But he does a lot of other crap besides that. But I won't go on his panel. And we got a personal relationship there. And I just don't need his fucking bullshit. So I'm not going on his panel. Like I told him, I'm done with you, boy. You know, you ever see him come on my panel? No. He just wants me over there on his panel so he can try to outdo some of the truths and facts concerning him and his family. And that's not going to happen. You know, I tell people when you look, does the sun come up every day where you live? Well, now you could live it up there in the North Pole where it stays. The sun will be up for what, two days or whatever, and then it'd be dark for 2-3 days, kind of thing. That's different. I'm talking the rest of the world. Like where I live, the sun comes up every day and goes down every night. Now that's a fact. If you think you're gonna bring me on your fucking panel to tell everybody that's bullshit, the sun don't really exist, you lost your fucking mind. Now I'll do it for a comedy bit. But I'm not going to do it because you don't believe the sun actually comes up and goes down every day because you live at North fucking Pole and it just don't do that where you live. It don't snow here but once every 10 years. But a guy that's never been in a place where it never snowed, he couldn't imagine what that's even like. It doesn't neglect the fact. I'll go outside and show you. I do a lot of bird streams, right? So they come over here and go, oh, damn, ain't no snow down there? What the fuck? You know, it'd be kind of like that, or vice versa, right? You see guys like Red J. He was broadcasting last night, just showing outside where he lives. Snow all over the fucking place. Man, that guy got more snow than, whew. And then they have melted snow. So it comes, snows, melts, the streets get real wet and semi-cleared up, and, you know, and everything's good for a while, and then it snows again. But look at where he lives, man. The dude lives in Canada. What do you expect? But it's pretty cool that he does that, right? Yeah, I think it's pretty freaking awesome. There's another guy. You don't see him running a panel of people where you got 8 people on there and 4 different arguments going on and everybody cross-arguing with each other. It's just stupid. You not only can't hear anybody, but all you hear is a bunch of screaming and yelling. You know? You might as well be at a football game with people cheering and they won't shut up. And you trying to be in a 3-piece tuxedo trying to talk to people about what a wonderful day you're having. Look at the weather. Think anybody's going to hear you at your podcast? Shut the fuck up. Well, we could do a comedy bit together, but I don't think you would have a very long career. Have you ever done any comedy, Harry? Have you ever been funny in your life? I've never seen you be funny. I've never known you to tell a joke. I've never known you to just have fun with a bunch of people. Unless you know it's a bunch of drunks that are sawed off drunk as hell. And if you're the only one on the panel that's pretending to be sober, but you're having that much fun with a bunch of drunks, I gotta tell you, Harry, you're not sober. Now, I think you're the only lying scumbag on the planet. How about that? And I don't give a fuck about you, Harry. Ha! Imagine that. I don't even know why you're over here except for you're really upset because the truth came out about you and you kissed my fucking ass, you little bitch. You ain't nothing but a little sissy. That's all you're ever gonna be, Harry. A little backstabbing fucking sissy. You know it, and I know it. Uh-oh, had Pete and repeat on here. Was that Harry? Was that Harry I was listening to? Oh, you're on that other channel? I'm discontinuing this channel, Harry. You can have it. Do you want this channel? I'll give it to you. I don't need it anymore. Well, you can say what you want, Harry. Facts are facts. You're a gay faggot little pussy ass bitch. If I offered you $5,000, you wouldn't face me man to man because you know you couldn't win that $5,000. And on top of that, Harry, you are a serial killer, and they're gonna arrest you. I know they're probably gonna get you this year. And so I really don't care what you say, Harry. I got no respect for you because everywhere you've lived, there's an unsolved murder by way of stabbing. And you cannot explain that. Well, I'll block you on that channel too. Bye-bye. Oh, he was so fuming mad because of my video last night. I took that video and I took it off of YouTube and put it on another social network. And I left it on one channel, and that's the channel that Harry's over there watching me on. And poor little Harry, I've done a whole lot worse videos against Harry. That ain't nothing. And all this past month, ain't that right, Harry? And why is that, Harry? Because you decided you didn't want to stop your little stalking game, did you? You just don't like it when it comes back in your face, you little bitch. So you don't impress me, Harry. You're nothing. You're like a little fucking bitch. And you're welcome to come see me, Harry. You're absolutely fucking invited, bitch. Of all the people that I want to come invite me, fuck Donald Trump. I want you to come see me, Harry. Because we both know I will beat your fucking teeth down your fucking throat unless they're false teeth. And then, of course, you'll just end up swallowing them motherfuckers. Because you're a bitch. You'll start shit, but you can't finish it. You're a thief. You've been a crackhead. You've assaulted the police multiple occasions. And you're a bad drunk. You just hide it on live streams. At least I'll give you that. That's smart on your side. But that's why you do this when you join a live stream. To be perfectly honest with you, I was watching Kleenex live stream and my deduction was, you just sound like a fucking dumbass. See, because that's the kind of guy you are, and you can't help it. So enjoy your time as a free man, because you and I both know that's not going to last. But I'm done with you, Harry. I don't have to go after you no more, Harry. I got a whole nother team of people doing that for me, Harry. So you come over here and mouth off all you want. You're blocked. Bye-bye. We're done. You're just not getting any points over here, Harry. And you still got 0 more friends now than you had 3 years ago. You probably got less. Because prior to that, all you've been doing is riding my coattails trying to get viewers, and all of them left your ass. Same thing happened to Dumpster Rick. Same thing happened to the Taylors, on and off. More times, I think 3 separate times, maybe 4. So y'all can just keep screwing up. I mean, I can't control you doing that. But I'm not doing any steady live stream or show anymore, so you're not really accomplishing anything. You can call me a liar all you want, but you can't never prove it. What you do is you take out little 5-second, 10-second clips of me saying something, and then you sit back with a couple other drunk people and pretend that I lied about something. But you just can't prove anything. The only thing you have proven is you are a nutbag. And normal people don't go around stalking people like they're looking through a telescope. You have very bad tunnel vision. And if I hadn't came along, you'd still be stalking old Marky Mark, wouldn't you? Yeah, because that's the kind of guy you are. You need mental, psychological help, but you're too damn stupid to go get it. And I'm not your psychologist, and I don't give a flying fuck about you, especially what I've learned about you. How many people did you kill, Harry? I'm pretty sure you don't want to say. I know you kept count. So I don't want to hear your mouth over here, Harry. Just disappear. Bye-bye. Fucking low-life piece of shit's what he is. I got more crap on that guy than you could possibly imagine. Anything he's got on me, I got 10 times on him. And I'm just done with the guy because he's a loser. I try to urge people that don't be like that. Don't let yourself become like that. You know, try to be more happy in life. And if you feel an addiction to anything that you're like, gotta have it, you need to stop what you're doing. You need to stop what you're doing. But right now, I'll make a bet with the Taylors that they can't live stream with me 5 days a week and not drink any alcohol. If they quit alcohol right now, I'll quit dipping. And they can't be going off screen, taking little sips, and then coming back on stream. They have to quit fucking drinking. They can't do it. They're more addicted to alcohol than I am to this stuff. That's sad. And I dip all day long, every day, all night long. But I could quit because I got that kind of control over myself mentally. I always have. Just y'all, nobody knew that about me, most likely. I don't got to drink beer unless I want to drink beer. But inside my own damn house, I think if I want to drink a beer and you got a problem with it, you're the one that's got the drinking problem. So here's to you, Harry Brogan, you little sissy candy ass little bitch. If you give me a heads up you're coming, Harry, I'll go to the bank and get $500 fucking dollars. And whoever's here will let them hold that $500 and they'll give it to the winner. And you don't got to put up no fucking money, Harry. All you got to do is come see me, bitch. All your little fucking sissy threats and shit. What are you going to do? Oh, you're going to hit and swing like that? Because you're a sissy. Everybody knows it. See, Harry's problem is he just don't like being told on. That's his problem. He likes sitting back when nobody knows who he is, bashing on people and throwing mud in their face and making fun of people. God forbid you find out who he is. Oh my God. That's a cardinal sin. We just can't have that. I swear. And then his boyfriend that he lives with pats him on the shoulder, gives him a hug. It's okay there, Mr. Harry. I still love you. Oh, I know he's still watching. Since I blocked him on that one, he ran over and got his sock account and started crying. Probably signed into his boyfriend's account. I call him his boyfriend. I'm being nice about it, actually. I mean, when you absolutely don't make enough money to afford the room that you fucking live in, and he don't, all of his money is tied up in a hurt back. And prior to that, he ain't had a job in years. And yeah, he didn't make enough money to get a decent disability check. And those guys that do that off of hurt backs, they got to go a long time before they get it because it's always fake as fuck. Well, Harry went through like a 5-year time period. So he got the rock bottom minimum of, I think it was $450 originally. I think he's up to around $650 or $700 now, to be honest with you. But ask yourself this. Can you afford that $200 a month to chain smoke the way that he does and afford that bedroom? He don't even got that much money coming in per month. So what do you think he's doing to pay rent? In Virginia Beach, of all places. Shut the fuck up. We know what you're doing, Harry. You know, the slavery was outlawed, but you freaky dudes, y'all are all into that shit, ain't you? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because you're either going to do what he tells you, or you're going to go bye-bye again. How many times has he kicked you out, Harry? I noticed you live with that guy a lot of different times. But at 65 years old, I don't think you can keep doing that. Can you, you little candy-ass bitch? See, Harry's always been a little sissy. That's why I had to stab people in the back. He's a backstabber. And I'm not talking about online. Well, he is online for sure. I'm talking about it in real life. See, that's Harry. And he won't answer no questions. Like why he was... Well, I already know the answer to this one. But I asked him point blank. I said, Harry, why were you going after and specifically killing gay guys in California in 2007? Well, I don't have to answer nothing you ask me, Bob. Well, of course you don't, but I mean, you're caught anyway, Harry. It's just a matter of time for they show up and barge into your house, well, into your garage. I'm sorry, he lives in the garage. And they drag his ass out of that rat-infested neighborhood. Pier and beam houses. Y'all can Google that, by the way. Virginia Beach, rat-infested neighborhood. I'm caring fucking to you. It's going to point right to his fucking neighborhood. I promise you that. I guarantee fucking to you. Hell, if I had a computer, I'd flip the screen around and show it to you. And I could do that on my cell phone, but it takes so much. I'm just not going to do it. But I don't know why people that live in rat-infested houses try to go after other people and make fun of other people when they don't have a dime to their name and they have to give out sex to other men just to have a roof over their head. And then sleep in the floor at best of a rat-infested house. It's got to be cold in a pier and beam house, especially an old one like that. Yeah, I do kind of feel sorry for you, Harry. Well, I did up until I learned the entire truth about you, Harry. Your best bet would not be coming over here trying to disturb my live streams because I just know too much about you. And there ain't nothing you could do to shut me up because you're a little bitch. And if you could, you'd already be here or on your way, wouldn't you? But you're not man enough, Harry. You're just not man enough. You can't shut me up, Harry, because you're a little fucking bitch. And nobody respects you, Harry, because of the fact that you're a sissy. You're a Tinkerbell. So you can threaten me all you want. You're just not going to do anything. City Pop. You know, outside of Discord, I could probably get along with City Pop to a certain point. But not if he's going to start up with all of that anti-Trump bullshit that I don't give a fuck about. You know, and his logic and reasoning doesn't exist. He's just another uneducated, sawed-off liberal as far as I could tell. But I'm not sure if it's so much that or him just wanting to be on the other side of an argument. See, he might be one of those guys that just loves trash talking. So if you're anti-Trump, he's going to cuss out Biden. And if you're anti-leftist, well, then he's going to cuss out Trump. I think that's City Pop. So I you know, whatever with City Pop. I'm done with Discord. So if City Pop wants to see me, City Pop is going to come. I have to come over here to my stream because I don't do all that IP2 nonsense. I don't do the trash talk communities where we sit up here and everybody scream and yell at over everybody. It's a waste of time. All that does is make you enemy, and it doesn't garner you anybody that would like you, that you're going to go on the internet with and be friends for the next 10 years. I got friends like that, online, on the internet. Did you know that? I got friends I've been with for 5, 10, 15 years. In fact, I got lifelong friends back to the 6th and 7th grade. But guys like that, I gotta wonder how many friends do they got, because the only friends they got are the fellow IP2 goers like him that are just up to no good. You know, people that don't bathe, they got dirt under their fingernails all day, every single day. You know, anybody can get dirt under their fingernails. I've done it, done a live stream, people made fun of it. But it's a one-day thing because, you know, I'm going to get my ass in there and take a fucking bath. You know, you can go out and work on something, wash your hands really good, and still have dirt under the fingernail. But you still got to clean your fingernail. And IP2 guys, for the most part, are not that clean. I don't think that about City Pop. I think City Pop's a very clean guy. Probably uses a little mascara and makeup when he can. Probably, possibly even a little lipstick. But at the end of the day, City Pop is named City Pop for a reason. And he missed his calling. He should have been named City Poop. That dude could poop in a warehouse and nobody would hear it coming. He could be in an elevator and shit his pants and nobody would even know it was there until they smelled it. He could lay down a big blast of fart and all you would hear is, ah, damn, who the fuck shit themselves? That's all you would fucking hear. So I understand City Pop pretty good. I'm just not into his brand of bullshit on the internet. I did ask him to you know, go into VC and show everybody his man diaper. You can tell if you watch him and everybody, especially in IP2, like Cappy's live stream, when he's walking into the RV, you can see the outline of the fucking diaper. So he can't say he doesn't wear a diaper. That's bullshit. You see that coming, like he'd be walking down the street, you can see it. So I know he wears a diaper. I don't think he can always afford to wear diapers. He's part of the diaper gang, though. That's for damn sure. Shut the fuck up. What about you, Strangers in Fiction? What's going on with you? Hey, if you guys want to hook up with me on social media, you're going to probably have to go to Twitter. You know, and I don't think I'm going to be seeing a lot of you in my tracks because, you know, I follow people like that, Elon Musk, and I follow a lot of boring cooking shows. I don't think y'all are into those things. I like video games, so I'm always watching the video gamers play their video games. I like the playoffs. When they get into those playoff events and they can't cheat, those are the games I like to watch. So I don't know if you're into any of the companies that sponsor that activity and then go watch that or not. But they sit down at their terminals. They don't get to sit behind their PC where they got all the cheat codes and they launch them in there and they can do things that the other team can't do, or vice versa. See, so I love the video game playoffs when they get some real players in there that can really play, and them guys are getting their fucking fingers pop, 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 and you're like, what the fuck? You know, it's kind of like those people that are real talented on the piano and their fingers going, 100 mile an hour, and you're sitting there going, God damn, that's some talent. Right? It's kind of like watching that, only you're watching the video game. I love watching the Halo. Did y'all ever watch those Halo guys play off like that? Man, them dudes that have that soldier walking, scrunching down, looking around like a crate. And then you go over there and he run that some bitch over there behind a deuce and a half. Might even get down and crawl under it, and not even slow down or miss a beat. I could never do that. I played Halo a few times, and I never did get the little gaming sticks for one. Well, I did one time, but I was never that good at doing it. I was like the majority of everybody else that played Halo. I could run over there behind a deuce and a half, then I got to stop. How do I duck? Oh, yeah. And then I duck down and, okay, now I got to crawl. Oh, fuck, he stood up again, right? I'm that guy. So I'm the guy that was having to try a few. Okay, I got him fucking crawling. Now I got to aim my gun out here. Do I want to shoot one of them bastards or not? And I would always make the wrong decision with that fucking game. I'd have to go back and do it 2 or 3 fucking times before I could get further, and then I keep doing it, go further and further and further. But I was working so damn much when I was playing that game. I never got really good at that game. They got these kids, they play that game all day long. And they were good, boy. Them kids, man. And then these retired guys or these guys that live at home with mama and daddy, and they sit there and play them games 24/7. They might not have a job, but they could damn sure earn money playing them games because they were that good. And so when I'm watching video games, I like that kind of competition. I'm more into, I like the serious gamers, or I like the gamers just having fun. In a game. When you get a bunch of them in a game playing a game, that's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. It's when you get them damn cheaters in there, God dang, they whoop your ass every time, and that pisses you off, don't it? I just kind of laugh. I go, God damn, that guy, I got to get it. How do I got to talk him out of doing that against me? So I would always buddy talk them, right? I'll be their best fucking friend. What I got to do to kiss your ass online here? Let me see. There you go, honey. And if there's like 3 of them, whichever one of the 3 was whooping the other one's ass, that was my best friend, because I'll be out, hey man, you show me how to do all that. You're a bad motherfucker. I was their best fucking friend, I guarantee it. And yeah, the others would come get revenge on me occasionally, but that's okay, because most of the time I got to play in there without all them fucking cheaters in there, or they had to go mess with my buddy. See, I might have been a working man and played some of them games, but I fucking use my brain, He says, I'm doing all right. Well, that's good, Stranger Than Fiction. What are you doing videos about? I'm not doing video about nothing. I was talking about birds, and then Brandon Quay come in here and accused me of ruining his live stream. Well, he knows where the link is at. He can hit it and come up here and talk to me, and then you're not going to hear all that because he's not like that when he gets on the live stream. He knows what he did. He messed up, and he let that guy, Trash Talker, come in there, and the guy was, even he was saying, everybody was saying, the guy is not making no sense about nothing. Why let him take over your live stream? So we all left. Everybody that was on his panel left his live stream. I don't know how you go around blaming me or the other guys for causing that when he's the one that caused that. He allowed it to happen. You don't do videos on your own? Well, I figure with a name like Stranger Than Fiction, you got to be doing something in the way of something that's stranger than fiction. Like some Twilight Zone type, where you're watching all those kind of movies that are kind of out there. Like Doctor Strange, or, I don't know. Iron Man versus that, what was that little robot guy he was fighting against that he actually built? That was a wacky-do cartoon. It was actually a movie, though. No, wait, that was actually a movie. Well, it was a cartoon, but they made it into a movie, right? Yeah, that was weird. I can't even remember the name of the damn robot he was fighting against. It's kind of weird, You see a movie once or maybe twice, and then, okay, you're done with that. It's kind of a weird movie. Ask me about a movie like Seabiscuit, or something like that, and we could have a better conversation about that. Ask me Matt Dillon's real name from Gunsmoke and how many siblings he had and what they did for a living. Did you know that all 10 of his siblings were movie actors? And all of them shows you saw back in the day, from Green Prairie to, I don't know, Happy Days, all of that shit. His siblings were in a lot of that shit. And that one comedian, his brother, he changed his name from Arnez to his grandfather's name. I forgot what it was. And he played in a lot of movies. He was like in Airplane 2. I think they call it Deuce. And then Airplane 2.5. He was a really, really good comedian making them movies. I remember them movies. And he was in Mission Impossible back in the black and white movie days. Y'all didn't know them was brothers, did you? Yeah, them two was brothers. They actually were born with very similar names. One's David, one's Peter. I think. Is that right? Peter, well, something like that. I can't remember right now. But I don't know. A lot of people don't know about all of those old movie actors like that. But those are topics I can get into. You want to talk about some current actors? Okay, I'm down with that too. Want to talk about Matt Dillon? Because despite your youngin's particular belief and all of that, there is no relation to Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke, because that was just a fictional name. And did y'all know who originally was the original Matt Dillon? Huh? I'll give you a little hint. It was before Gunsmoke became a TV series. That guy that played on Wild Wild West, what was his damn name? He was related to him too, by the way. He was, I think, a distant relative or something, but somehow they were related. But that guy was doing it on the radio. He was Matt Dillon on a radio. And then they decided to turn it into a TV series, Gunsmoke. It was a fictional character. So Matt Dillon, the actor today, has no relation to any of those that I'm aware of. I mean, he could be, but I don't know of any. No, that's a good one, Will Smith. Oh, you're so young, aren't you? How old are you? No, I'm talking about the original Wild Wild West series, not Will Smith. Come on, man. That's funny. Oh, God, that's so. I walked into that one. What was that guy? You're going to make me go look him up. Go Google that guy's name for me. He used to be into yoga and all of that. Well, you're 39? Well, surely you've watched Wild Wild West, the original series. That guy was a star in Ball Ball Black Sheep. That guy, I can't think of his damn name right now. I'm having a brain fart. Probably ask me tomorrow and I'll tell you his name. Now, that guy he was a really good actor. He was a really good actor. I don't know about you. When I was growing up, I watched some of the Wild Wild West. But I was a real young kid, and the only reason I liked it was because of the original, the color was a thing during my time, right? So I grew up watching black and white, and then it switched over to color, right? And the outfits and the originality of the characters that they brought onto the show. You had that real big dude that he played on Batman, he played on Wonder Woman. This guy was a movie star, but he was a big dude. He was kind of chubby, he was kind of fat, like a Kleenex. Kleenex is kind of, big guy. And now he's a little fatter than Kleenex actually, and he had that double chin coming way down. That was a big dude, man. I mean, that dude, James Garner. Yeah, James Garner. Okay. So James Garner was looking up to this guy like that. He came up to right here on him, literally. Like, he didn't come up to here or here. I mean, he was down there. Like down there where the guy's liver was at. Split that in half, and that's how tall he would come up to. With his hat on, I think he was that tall compared to the guy. Of course, he was a short guy too, but I think they said he was like 5'4" or something like that. A little bit shorter than me. But they pulled it off, man. It didn't matter what they did. Whether it's the bad guy or he was the good guy governor or whatever, or he was in cahoots with the bad guy, that guy was a hell of an actor. And the guy that played the Penguin on Batman, I even liked that guy. Whatever he played in, if it was black and white when I was young, I would go watch it. Just because I liked him as an actor. Now see, we're missing that in today's movies and series. Everything in today's series and movies that they want to do continuations, it's all like a damn soap opera. That's why I like the Star Trek just the movies, because it's going to be a movie about this alien race, and then another one's completely different. Ain't got nothing to do with the other one for the most part, right? I like those kind of movies. I don't like soap. I don't like the TV series where, like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was different every single week, every single month. The show was different. It's and if they weren't, you had part 1 and part 2, and then they were done with it, right? The $6 Million Man, where he went up against that guy that made those fembots. You have part 1 and you have part 2, and then they were done with it until the following year. They decided, hey, let's bring that one back. Yeah, he got out of prison, and man, they come up with the whole skit for that, right? And that was cool. Nobody mind that. But you're not talking about an entire year where you got to watch every single show to know why in the fuck is these people starting out with that, like that, on this show. It's just stupid. I hate those shows. I really hated them, I think, because I was a working guy, right, my whole life. So, if I didn't get home in time to see one series or even two, now I'm fucked. Now I got to go watch this fucking Star Trek show. And then when I'm done with that, since it's the weekend, I got to hurry up and do my laundry so I can come back and watch the past 2 weeks' shows. So I get caught up in what's going on. I fucking hated that shit. There were shows I would not watch because of that right there. And really, I've just never been into them. I just never have. I just don't get it why they do shit like that. But in every single TV series that you have nowadays, they're just like that. They lack originality. they lack people with real talent. They can come into a show and present you with something totally different, and maybe 8 months later show up again as a totally different character. You know it's the same actor, but got a whole different look to him. The Penguin was fucking badass in Batman and Robin, even though a lot of people say, well, Batman and Robin was gay. They wore tights. Well, they might have been. I don't give a fuck. I didn't watch it for that. Jesus, I was a kid. I didn't even know anything about what the hell you was talking about. And I wasn't so much into the Batman and Robin outfits that much, but it was quite colorful. I like the other characters. I like when they introduced Batwoman. Now that just brought a different element into the show. But when they brought out the Joker, that guy was he was the bomb. And he wasn't all into this nonsense like all of these people are today. They're into heroin, or they're into, heavy alcoholism or something like that. And it's just never good, or they got other serious problems, right? And whatever happened to bringing in normal people that are good freaking actors? I just don't get it in today's society. Movies have regressed instead of progressed, in my opinion. Movies and TV in particular. When they came out with The Flash this last time around, it was very much like a soap opera. And prior to that, they came out with the Arrow. Remember that? The Green Arrow. Now, they totally soap operaed and tittied up that damn show. I couldn't even watch it no more. After the first season, season 2, I started watching. And then I started to watch the third show. And I was like, oh no, I can't watch this no more. And in particular, what did it for me were the fight scenes. The fight scenes were so fake. I'm sorry, guys. I just can't watch that nonsense. Hell, the original Batman and Robin was better fight scenes than that, with a pow and a ding and a bong and all of that stupid shit, right? And much better fight scenes on Pop Outta Sailor Man. It was just that goddamn bad. I don't know about y'all, but I can't watch that shit. I just can't watch it. No. The guy would throw a punch and literally miss the Green Arrow by 4 feet. And then the Green Arrow would just, like he pretend like he got hit. Now that might have been okay if you had the Batman and Robin soundtrack to all of that fighting going on, and you had the big sign that popped up, boom, pow, and all of that shit. But no. Or like EU would pop up sometime. You don't know what the fuck is EU? Like, okay, I go with that. But no, it was just dull and dry. And in Batman and Robin, I think they missed each other by like 2 feet. No, not in the Green Arrow. Oh, god dang, it was 5 feet away. Whoo! Hey, you're supposed to pretend like you're hit. Oh, okay. Oh, no, the other way. Oh, okay, there we go. I mean, it was that fucking bad, guys. It was that bad. I could not watch season 2 of the Green. I don't know how it went for however long it did. I don't. Oh God. And so I got to where I would just not even watch TV, and I'd just come home and turn the fucking news on and just listen to it and do something else. And eventually, I just quit watching TV altogether. For the most part, I don't watch TV. It's just so fucking stupid. Wouldn't you agree? And I don't know how people are into TV these days. The only thing about TV that's a positive is, it's a free way for people to be communicated to by another authority out there. And that's it. It's not even as good as a two-way radio. I'd rather hear some guy from Singapore barely speaking English, telling me a fucking story on a fucking two-way radio than to watch the Green Arrow or some stupid shit they got nowadays on TV. I swear to God. Like, if I'm stranded on a desert island, give me that two-way radio. The mic ain't even got to work. Just let me listen to it. Because I got a lot of channels I can listen to right there. Some Italian guy trying to tell us a story about the indigenous Australian outback. Like, that would be dumb as fuck, right? Who the fuck's gonna listen to that? This dumbass don't know shit. Ain't even ever been over there, and he's gonna tell us some shit he read in college. You know that he's always gonna throw in some twist or BS. It didn't happen. Doesn't make any sense, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this, right? I'd rather listen to that shit than any fucking thing on TV. Outside of maybe updates on the Ukrainian war, and on TV, a lot of that's bullshit. You get better information on the internet. Even if you know that the people are over there just to make money, you got a lot better content from those guys than you do, I think, any of the TV channels you could pretty much watch these days. And nowadays, the news is more about, it's more about this newscaster over here cutting down that newscaster over there on the other channel. With some kind of character assassination, stupid internet, lame brain bullshit. So I don't want to listen to that. So I don't listen to any of the Fox News bullshit anymore. And I think that started up when they got that one guy on there on Fox News a few years ago. In 2016, they brought him in. He had never worked for a right-wing anything in his entire life. He worked for some of those left-wing magazines and satire bullshit and all of that. And he got a shot at doing the news, and he did the news for a while, but it was always for places like CNN, NBC, NBS, or some bullshit like that. And he was always the guy that you had to ask the question, is that guy really wearing panties? Because he would wear his pants too tight and all of that. What's his fucking name? He goes like this all the time. When he's listening to people, he plays his shit up, right? Really? Like he's so shocked at what he's hearing. And the people that he has on his streams, oh God, they're the fakest people on the planet. I can't stand that guy. And so I never watched him. And man, he brought in the dildo lover from Canada was on his deal one time. And I'm sitting here going, this guy really is this stupid? He brought this guy on here. The guy that he admired, read his book. What was that book? The Vice Guys to Anal Sex. And then that's on YouTube, by the way. You can watch that interview between those two. It's got both their names in it. Just Google that on YouTube and you'll find it. And whatever the fuck his name is. Sam, I'm having brain farts today, and I just don't care about that shit a lot. But there's a lot on the news I don't want to watch because these guys are like character actors playing a role, and it's fake as hell. And even Sean Hannity, back when he was really hot and heavy, he's limited in what he could talk about. There were topics that I would write them about constantly, back then. And I never could figure out, why won't this guy do a video about this crime syndicate over there in that country that caused them bunch of fucking deaths and started this fucking war over here? Shit like that. And it's den. Y'all remember that dude over in the Middle East that got the leader of the country told him to go bring him to him. He wanted to talk to him and bring him alive. And they went and assassinated his fucking ass. Whatever his name was. Come to find out, his great granddaddy had been into owning TV stations and media. And it was small time compared to what followed. His father was big into it. This guy owned part of every fucking thing that you could have a chunk in. And he passed it down to him. And he ended up owning 20% of all of the news media in America on average, to include Fox News. So if you ever wonder why there was not more to learn about that on the news, that's why. You can't go talking about the people that own your fucking company or they're going to can your ass, right? So the news is very limited. It's very limited. If they get on certain topics, you got to remember who owns the company. And there's several owners, so you got to look up who owns all of this. If a guy owns 8% of a company, like, I don't know, CBS, you're never going to hear them talk shit about anybody in his goddamn family. Because he's going to raise the flag. We need to can that son of a bitch. And if they refuse, could you imagine what 8% minus on NBC would do to NBC? It would put a fucking heavy. Yeah, I mean, you're talking hundreds of millions of dollars gone overnight. So trust me when I tell you the people that own those news companies, you're not going to hear about their crime families. So who the fuck do you think owns a lot of those news stations? Well, predominantly criminals around the world do. And it's just a given fact. I think everybody that came out quite a bit back in around 2010, 2012, again in 2015, big time in 2016 and 17, and even now you can look it up and it's the same shit. The only thing I find interesting about it today is Elon Musk. Now that's a slick little character. He goes over and buys up the parent of Twitter because the dickhead of Twitter didn't want to sell to him at a reasonable price. So he outdid him and took that over. Now what happened with NBC? NBC got bought out by a traditional Democrat. Nowadays y'all would call him a modest Republican. Fox News got bought out by the people that left that void for him to buy out. And that's how Fox News started turning left to a great extent. I can't believe Sean Hannity's still working there. He must have some kind of contract he's stuck in. If I was him, I'd mouth off and get out of it and go get a job over there at NBC prior to doing that. See, he could get slick right back on him, but I don't know. That guy makes a lot of fucking money in endorsements. Who's going to say no to that, right? I'm sure he's got his limits of what he'll do and what he won't do. But I'm just not into the news like that, guys. I'd rather see news online because, you know, you can get online and you can search for these small news people that are out there doing news in individual countries like Mexico, for example, or like the Middle East. Of course, them guys die a lot. I was following that one chick that was down there for... she lasted about 6 months, I think, and she ended up dead. But the smaller guys, you can learn a lot from watching those news things. Organizations, too, the smaller ones. The Blaze, I was heavily against for a while because I didn't like the guy that started that crap up, Glenn Beck. That's something me and that guy that knows him, what's his name, Kleenex. He knows a lot of his personal history. I wish he'd share it with me. Not that I would give a damn, really, be honest with you, but Glenn Beck had his cup of fingers in the wrong cup of tea every fucking time. Every way around his life, the guy was a fuck up as far as being somebody that you would trust to bring you honest news. So, and there's a lot more to that about why he's so trusted among people. He's heavily backed, in particular by the Mormon Church. So that ought to tell you about that. Who runs Glenn Beck? The Mormon Church. And Church of Latter-day Saints. So but when all of that Blaze got sold out and then got sold out again, I was watching who bought it out. And I think that told the tale on them at the end, like, who owns it now? Who runs it now? So you can just look at the people that own the company and decide whether or not that's going to be a newsworthy company that you want to go watch or not. And I'm not saying don't watch them ever. Oh no, that'd be dumb too. Because a lot of those news stories, the people are out in each other. You get a guy that owns one media company and you got a guy that over in another country that owns a bunch of these news companies, and they don't like each other. They don't give a fuck if their newscasters go after them or not. Until you start seeing them lightening up on them, and then you know the payoff's in order, right? All right, I'm tired of you whooping my ass over here. Let's make a deal. Uh-oh. We got some crickets in here. Anyway, so Yeah, I'm not into TV, guys. Sorry. Hell, bring back Gunsmoke. I'll watch that. A modern day Gunsmoke might be in order. But if you make it like a soap, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. Bring back more cool documentaries. I don't know if we see enough of that. They got a lot of wildlife stuff on TV. Now that stuff is cool to watch. The birds and the wild cats and the coyotes and the wolf show I seen one yesterday. It was pretty good. But if you're talking to, like, I can get on the internet and watch stuff that's better than that. All right, Eve L. What's going on, Eve L? Eve L. Is that another way to try to get me to say evil? Who's hiding behind that account? That's the real question. That wouldn't be the long lost Rob Dehaven, would it? I know it's one of you characters over there. Y'all but just come over here and say hi, right? Well, howdy doody. Damn, if I had enough money, I think I'd get 2 jet boats and challenge your ass to a race. Because the way I seen you riding motorcycles, I'm guaranteed to win that fucking race. And I'll give you the head fucking start. Because I know you're going to flip that son of a bitch up backwards trying to go too fast. That time you put your motorcycle together and popped that wheelie down that street and ran right into the back of that fucking, what was it, a van or a pickup truck? Now that shit was funny. That shit was fucking funny because you caught the whole thing on your fucking live stream right out of the garage. That guy cannot ride a bike. Oh, that's not who you are, Eve L. Eve? I'm just gonna call you Eve. Where's Adam? Is Adam running around here? So what's on your mind, Eve? People always want to ask me questions, and now that they don't see me going and jumping on everybody's live stream because I dropped out all them trash talking little bitches live streams, you're gonna have to come over here to ask. That's just the way it is, man. And wow, the characters I've met these past few years, god dang, the stuff that they make up in their demented minds. Like, how do they come up with this stuff? Like, I don't know. Some of it's just so far unbelievable, it's amazing. They come up with these Lost in Space tales or something. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm not a big Mike Pence supporter. I never really have been. A lot of people in the state aren't. Mike Pence, in my opinion, misses the ideology of the American way. Now, it's not just America that retires people. I want you to understand this. If the United States did away and went to that extreme, which is never going to happen, but he's making a political stance by saying that and taking that stance, by the way. But let's say for a minute America did away with Social Security. That would make us a fourth world country in comparison to all of them other countries that do retire people. Russia retires people. England retires people. France retires people. Germany retires. Oh, man, the list goes on and on and on. So all that would do is make us about equivalent to them bastards over in the Middle East. See? And you can't do away with Social Security unless we're able to make a shitload of fucking money in comparison to our living conditions and expenses. You know, in the Middle East, you can gather around a bunch of mud and make a hut. You got a house. You can't build a house like that over here. You know, $2,000, you got a damn house over there. Over here, what does a house start out at in America these days? Pretty much anywhere you live, unless you're living in, like, you know, California, that fucked up state, or, well, the West Coast in general, or the East Coast, which is not too bad up in between, right? But a lot of the states all through the middle there, what's it cost for you to build, say, a nice 3-bedroom house, or even a decent 3-bedroom house? Well, nowadays you're gonna spend $350,000 if you're fucking spitting at the wind. See, well, you can get houses cheaper, but you're talking about a whole house that needs to be totally modernized, and it ain't that much cheaper. The cheapest fucking house I think probably you'll find on the market is probably $50,000, and you're talking about a house that you can hear the wind blowing through the windows. You know, the paint done fell off that son of a bitch. It needs a new roof job. It leaks when it rains. Like, yeah, a house you don't want to buy to live in, because you got to redo the entire fucking house just to move into it. Pretty much. Now I see people buying houses and doing that. The one guy, Frank, not Frank, the fitness guy, the other Frank over there. Now that guy, he bought a house pretty cheap, like real cheap, and he goes around room to room to room, redoing every single room with like the sheetrock, the insulation, and all of that. And when he gets done, he'll probably sell the house and go buy something a little better and do it again. I don't know what he's got in mind. He's an older guy. He's retired now too, I believe. And I mean, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense in America to go to that degree, that extreme, that you want to do away with something like Social Security. I mean, you're talking about wiping out an entire group of people who other people are dependent on. And our society is dependent on it. And not only that, but the United States, if he wants to cut out anything, how about we just cut out the Marines? We don't need the Marines, do we? Think of how many trillions of dollars America could save if we did away with the Marine Corps. Or we could switch up and say, let's keep the Marine Corps and let's get rid of half of the United States Army. We can save a lot more money than getting rid of Social Security every fucking year. I guarantee you that. So that nonsense they're talking, it's just political stance. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know, you give a little bit, you take a little bit. That's politics. And Mike Pence has always been a politician. He's never been somebody you want to vote for if you want somebody in office who is for the people, by the people. He is not the guy. But he was the right guy for Trump to pick at the time. And I've never wavered on that fact, because Mike Pence has a lot of respect in certain ways and in certain groups. He knows how to get around in government. Trump needed him as president, and he used him pretty good. But yeah, I don't care about Pence or some of the other Republicans that are like that. I always try to tell people, when it comes to politics, vote your heart, man. But ultimately, you got to look at the history of the party, number one. You got to look at the people backing these people to get in office, number two. And you have to look at who the fuck are these people related to, and what have they ever done with their life. Because if you're not voting in somebody who can make a difference and be for the people, you're voting for the wrong goddamn person. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. Anita. You come back in here with another fake name. Oh, this guy's something else. Wait a minute. I'm going to answer you. Well, maybe not that way. I am drinking the famous Coors Light. What are you drinking today? Anything? I don't know how many beers I got. Let me see. One. I might save the other 4 beers for later on tonight. Or maybe tomorrow or next week. I don't know. Are you drinking Corona tonight? Okay, well, there you go. That's a good beer. I didn't drink Corona for years because there was like a few years after that company started importing into America, they had a problem with people. Let's just say the beer wasn't yellow because it was made that way. Yeah, they was pissing in the beer. And there was one year, there was 2 times that I seen that shit on the news. 2 completely different times where they pissed in the beer. And then another, like, it wasn't even 6 months later. It was like 3.5, 4 months later. Happened again. So I was like, I ain't never drinking that fucking beer. And here I am. It's been a lot of years since Corona came out. And I drink Corona nowadays because I haven't heard them pissing in the beer in the last 17 years. So, yeah, for years I wouldn't drink Corona. Oh, man. I remember when that happened and they recalled beer in Dallas, Texas over that. And I happened to be in Dallas and I was out with some new friends I met. And this one chick, she just had to have Corona. So the guy went in and he bought a Corona and I bought, well, at the time I was drinking Budweiser. And they didn't want any Budweiser. So they was all drinking Corona, and they asked me, why won't you have a Corona, Bob? Hell, it's free. You can take that home and keep it. And I'm like, I can't do it, man. Says, I don't want to talk about it. I don't like the beer. And they would not believe I didn't like Corona. And that I preferred a Budweiser over Corona. So I explained to them how that came about and that the Corona in Dallas, Texas right now is being recalled. All of it. Because you're probably drinking one. And I'm not going to drink. I just cannot drink a beer that came out of Dallas, Texas that just was on the fucking news earlier that day that they recall all the Corona beer in Dallas, Texas because they had employees pissing in the beer. And then people, you know what she did? She does like this with the bottle. She looks at it and she goes, really? And her friend Googled it on the phone and she looks over and goes, oh God, he's not lying. Yeah, fuck it. She went on ahead and drank the motherfucker. And oh God damn, no, I cannot fuck this bitch. So needless to say, we went out, we had a good time, and then she couldn't understand why I went home after that. And didn't want to go over to her place and, you know, get with it. And I'm sitting here thinking, bitch, I ain't kissed you all night because you've been drinking that fucking beer. What makes you think I want any more of you? I just couldn't do it, guys. It grossed me out. You ever get grossed out like that by someone that just grossed me the fuck out? And yeah, I'm not going to die. If I went to her house, she was a turn on. There's nothing. It was something was going to happen, and I couldn't live with myself if I'd done that. In 2016, it was recalled. Also, I don't know, but it was several years ago. It was before then. It was several years before that. Modelo with life, yeah, good beer. Most of your popular beers are pretty good. Some of your off brands I'm not into. I didn't like the Yingling beer. Oh God, the first time I drank that beer, it was so freaking disgusting. And then of course I was out little ways out of Fort Worth there, and I was over some friend's house, and we had a little get together, little party, and so God, they were getting, you know, people get pushy at parties. Hey, check this beer out. You'll like this. Pope, pope. Gave everybody one of them Yingling beers, and I was like, you drink this shit? And the guy goes, yeah, you ain't never had one? Oh, it's so good. You'll love this fucking beer. And I'm like, well, this is a different one than the last one I drank. I'll try it out. Pop it open and go. Ooh, God damn, it was gross. So I didn't drink the Yingling beer for years until I got online and I was watching this beer drinking show, and Dave was explaining the ones that taste like shit compared to the ones that taste good. And it's kind of like comparing some of the banquet beers with lime that might taste like shit versus another brand of beer with lime that might taste pretty good, or another beer within that brand that tastes pretty good. So I was listening to these guys, and I went down to the store and I seen this Yingling beer, right? And I was like, I gotta put this to the test, right? So I bought a 6-pack and I bought a 12-pack something else, because I can't rely on that, because the last 2 beers I had taste like shit. So I went home and I drank one of them, and it was pretty damn good, man. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't like, I'd much rather have a Samuel Adams over any Yingling beer that I've ever had. But, you know, they do make a decent beer. Some of the beers are pretty good. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that all Yingling beer tastes like shit. I think it was just the ones that I tried when I first drank it. Some people like that stupid apple ale. Oh, God. I had a roommate that loved that shit, and he drank it all the time. It's like the only beer he liked, I think. Not only for me was it very disgusting, but it didn't have any kick to it. Whatever they were advertising the alcohol rate was, I don't know. It's just down around 2%. And that's another beer I personally don't favor. Now, if I had to drink that beer to get laid, oh yeah, if she's good looking, I'll go buy her a fucking 24-pack. Let's go to your place, baby. Oh, I love this beer, baby. This is good beer. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, lose that fucking number. We some mean son of bitches, ain't we? People in America do that to each other, though, and it's a regular thing. I quit doing that, though, to be honest with you, a long time ago, but I'm not going to say I wouldn't do it again. But I'm not like that. I really hurt a woman one time, and to this day I regret it. I'm not lying. I felt bad for her, because in her mind, we was getting married. Well, that's happened to me a lot, but I never told them that except for this one girl, and it was just to get down her pants. And it worked pretty damn good. And I was happy, you know, okay, you know, going about my life, and years later, she fucking got a hold of me. Oh, God damn, bullshit. Fuck, I never heard the end of that. Well, I did, finally, but I felt bad. I did. I'm not gonna lie. And, you know, when you would think, though, that people learn these lessons, like, in high school, you know, or maybe you had a junior high girlfriend that y'all's holding hands down the hallway, and you know, and you go most of the way through the school year, and then the next day you see her, she's holding hands with old Frankie over there, and you're like, what the fuck? So now you got to go get in a fight with Frank, right? Stupid shit. You should have learned these lessons definitely coming out of high school. And if not out of high school, definitely by the time you hit 21, 22 years old, in America, you should know all of the lines that guys are going to use on women to get laid, right? And you know, to tell the difference between a relationship and, baby, we doing it tonight, right? Come on, man. So I never envisioned ever really hurting a woman like that. Now, I've heard a few, but she's the only one I ever told her to, just to get down her pants, that I would marry her. So I've never done that since. I don't think I'll ever do that again. I don't know about you. Everybody's got their personal experience in relationships. And a lot of people that hate me, that I know them real good, have had a lot of relationships. And they've had things happen to them in their lives too, that they just won't go back and do those same things again, because, you know, it hurt them in a personal way. Just enough that if you don't do it again, you never got to feel bad about it again. All right? So I've been there and done that. God dang, these names you come in here with, you're something else. I would like to know who you were in real life. You're probably one of them people. You're probably one of them people that get on Discord and you got like 50 different accounts on there, and you just pop through 5 different PCs talking to, you know, 2 different people to egg them on in a fight. You're that kind of guy, aren't you? I'll bet you 10 to 1. Now, what's your next name going to be? Anita? And what's your last name going to be? Little? And then you're going to try to get me up here saying I need a little, because you think you're slick. Brandon Quay. Is that you, Brandon Quay? It's going to be one of them people like them. It's going to be a Wits In or a Brandon Quay, or, you know, a Brain, or somebody that does a lot of that. Tony would be another guy that does a lot of that. I can think of a lot of people that do a lot of that, but I don't know which one to choose. Could even be Kleenex. He does a lot of that. Yeah, man, that damn shampoo got my scalp dried out. I get in there here in a little while. I'm not going to be using that same kind of shampoo on my head. I guarantee it. I got another soap that won't cause any drying out like that I'll be using tonight. And I'm good with those soaps. VO5 is my favorite soap, but I don't, like, nobody washes their hair every single night, because you know better now, right? But I only skip maybe 1 or 2 nights out of a week, not shampooing my hair, but I always put soap on it at a minimum, because that don't do nothing to your scalp. And but I don't know about y'all, but I gotta run something through my hair. And I used to go 2 or 3 days in a row not washing my hair, but I'd run that hot water through it real good, you know, and I'd rub it, you know, like that. And just, if it started feeling any kind of like it just too little oily up there, I got to put some fucking soap on it. I just got to where I got to have soap on it all the time. So I use shampoo most of the time, but salt soap works pretty good, I found. If you use salt soap on your hair, it's going to come out a little bit thick, you know, as far as that's concerned afterwards, but your hair's clean. You can feel it, and it's like, oh, damn, it feels good. And you don't have all that dry scalp itching and all that. But it's not a soap I would use every single day to wash my hair either, because you want to get your scalp clean. And to get your scalp clean, you really do need shampoo at least every other day, I think, kind of thing. So all you adults out there that aren't washing your hair every day, that maybe would like to be a little cleaner upstairs on your scalp, that's another option for you to think about. Everybody's skin type is different too. That's why I don't down soap. If somebody don't wash their hair for 3 days at a time, I've tried that. It's just not for me. I can't say really anything against that, because you're washing your hair every day. You're just not using soap on it every single day. You know, and they're everybody's skin is different though. Amongst the white people, it's different day and night from one end to the other, right? some people can use that conditioner on their hair, on their scalp. I can't use that shit at all. If I use conditioner on my scalp, I'm gonna get dandruff. It's guaranteed every time. I never found a conditioner that does not cause me to have dandruff. And I don't know why that is. It just is. But I did read about it years and years ago. But, you know, like, yeah, okay, whatever. I know basically to not put that on my fucking head. That's all I need to know. Yeah. Does that make sense? So I don't know. What time is it? Okay, I gotta go, guys. I got a private, personal something or another I gotta go take care of. Imagine that. And I'm bored to death today. That's why I went live stream today. I do like Kleenex live streaming. I don't know why you guys go over there and bash him the way you do, except for to play at drama is all I can figure out. Because the same guys doing that are the guys that generally run their own live streams to play at drama. That I get. But I want to tell everybody out there, if you hate Kleenex for one reason or another, you might need to think twice about that, because he's not a bad guy. If he was, I'd have been going at it with him for the past 17 years, but I never had a problem with Kleenex, really. Really, I never had a problem. Even though he acts like a peckerhead to me sometimes, I just don't have a problem with Kleenex. He's welcome over here anytime, whenever I'm running any kind of panel or anything. Which I don't really do a lot of that, just every now and again. You know, a bunch of people want to get on a panel or something. Danny from LA is not that bad when he's not trying to drum up content. Danny gets really bad when he's trying to create some content. See, Danny will go get your best friend and talk him into something that, oh, he'll think it's funny, you know. Hey, he'll think it's funny. And he's tapping them like that kind of thing. And they're like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, you two is fucking arguing like you're each other's worst freaking enemies. What for? Because Danny said something? And he talked his buddy into saying something about you that's some BS? I'm seeing you guys do this, and I'm just sitting here going, what the fuck? And it may take y'all 3 months for you to patch up your relationship. Why? Just so Danny could have some content? I never gave Danny content like that. Whenever he pulled that shit on me, he never got no content out of me. Because I saw it coming, that's why. And I don't like that. When people come at me just to get that like that, that's why I haven't been over to Drunken Peasants in a while. They come over me and they come at me with the most dumbest shit. And I'll just be like, really? You guys is dumb. And so I just refuse to go on their live stream when they come at me that way. They want to come at me to talk about certain topics like we always get into over there. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. You know? But not the dumb crap. That's just stupid. I think later on, like tomorrow, I'll be doing a live stream about explaining the different panels to people. Not panels so much as like panels coming on a live stream panel. I'm talking about platforms. And I want, maybe you should go read up on it. And maybe you'll want to come in the live stream and explain something I'm missing or something. But platforms, that's how the Blaze got started. They simply started up a platform, okay? And then they got a bunch of podcasters to join and help out their platform. And how they did it, they not only offered them a free platform, they actually were paying people. They paid a few of them guys over there to go be on their podcast. And everybody thought, wow, them people are paying to be on that with that group over there. I want to be a part of that. So people started paying them to be on their platform, and the next thing you know, they got like 16 people on their platform. Well, what they didn't know is 8 of those people weren't paying anything to be on the platform, and 3 of the 8 were actually getting paid to be on the platform. Pretty smart, pretty slick if you think about it. You don't have to pay people to reach that kind of success, I don't think. But you definitely got to come up with some ideas that are going to draw people to want to be on your platform. You know, and the main thing for all of those people is if they're trying to sell something, no matter what it is, you got to bring them an audience. You know, you might have a guy that's got 50,000 subs. Well, he's looking at them people over there on your platform, and all of your people's got 1.8 million and up. He wants to join your platform. Now you got to do is go sell it to him. If you want the guy, or when he comes to you, I tell you what, you know, I like you. You got a few viewers. I think we can work with you. Give them a reduced fee. And you got this guy paying to be on your platform. And you don't even need to be paying to be on a platform. But maybe it'll help you financially. Maybe it won't. And it usually does. Those platforms usually do pretty good. And that's why they're so successful. That's actually why, like a lot of those platforms get bought out, you know, and they get bought out. Maybe they'll start out, somebody come in offer 500,000. Okay, they get bought out. Then that guy does some moves with it. And now it goes up in value, and now it sells for like maybe some ridiculous amount, like $500,000. Or no, I was wrong on that. I said 500,000 to begin with. Okay, let's say it sells for 500,000 to begin with. Next time it sells for 5 million. Now, if you're watching a lot of them platforms, they actually do that, and you're gonna get a bigger syndicate, like a news syndicate, or maybe a corporation like Pepsi or Coca-Cola, CBS, ABC might come in and buy out your platform. And when they come in and buy out your platform's got a lot of fucking action going in on it. And if you bought it for 5 million, you're probably going to sell it for something like a couple $100 million. Because they know that if they recognize you, the competition sees you. So they're going to come in there and offer you a decent amount right off the bat. And man, you just made a fucking killing. Right? And all you might have done is go over there and maybe bring in 1 or 2 people that draw the attention of other podcasters to want to be on your platform. Joe Rogan joining IP2. He didn't join IP2. But IP2's not stupid. See, Cappy was listening to me a while back, and he went and got that son bitch and put him on his platform. He probably didn't even know he was on the platform at first. I guarantee you he didn't. He might not even know now, or recently heard about it. But that's how new this is. This is a new development, by the way. Remember I told you IP2 has an inner platform and an outer platform. Anybody could be put on the outer platform, and they can rebroadcast anybody on the outer platform. It's kind of a little thievery action going on there. It's not really legal. They don't have permission to do it. But if you're a guy like Joe Rogan and somebody puts you on a platform like that, and you contact them, say, what's going on here? Well, we just thought, you know, you could use the extra viewers. Our people love you, and so we're giving you another little platform here. And you're getting all the viewers, by the way. We're not hiding that from you. And blah, blah, blah. You punch a bunch of smoke in his ass. Next thing, he's probably going, yeah, well, fuck it. That's fine. Fuck it. Rebroadcasting. That's all they're doing. A lot of people do that. That's the platform he's on right now. You can't go over there and talk to that son of a bitch when he's podcasting. He's not actually over on IP2. You got to go to his platform to fucking talk to him. Are y'all catching on yet? Now, for him to be in the inner platform, that's a whole nother deal. They got to talk with a guy and bring him in as an actual podcaster on their platform. And he's on another platform right now, so that's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. I mean, it's possible he's allowed to do it as a sub, but I doubt it, because a guy like him is usually in contracts with people that got billions of fucking dollars. Those are the people who backing him. And I could name some names, but I'm not trying to get into that anymore. But I'm going to tell you that that was a slick move that IP2 pulled, because they drew a lot of attention to them. And when you got a female that pops up in the outer platform that ends up getting more views than everybody on IP2, it's kind of embarrassing you, right? And now everybody's leaving that platform, going over to watch this one or that person over there or other people, because you're a has-been. You got to think of something to yank you right back up out of that boat sinking, right? You got to plug that son bitch and get a super pump to suck all the water out of your boat before it sinks. And that's what they did. And Cappy's a slick son bitch, but it ain't Cappy's doing it. It's a couple of them other people over there behind the scenes that y'all might be paying attention to that actually runs IP2. Cappy just created it. What they do is they run it. They can actually kick Cappy to the curb because they actually run that platform, not Cappy. So a lot of y'all don't know that. It's a fact. And I don't care what Cappy says. That's a fact. Because he doesn't have any control over it. And he got some say-so in it. He got a lot of say-so in it. But that's it. So these guys actually come up with a pretty good idea, and they pulled it off. What fucking luck. I mean, Joe Rogan could have yanked that shit yesterday, but he didn't do it. And you can't tell me by now, he don't know he's on that platform being rebroadcast. And he ain't pulled the plug yet that I've heard of. I do need to go catch up on that. And if anybody hears up some recent news on that, I'd like to hear about it. Because these platforms have always interested me since I kind of discovered how they do that on the internet. And I thought, pretty damn slick. If you go look at Free Speech Systems LLC, it's a good platform. It's not what you would call an updated version. They got passed up by everybody else, you might say, and the Blaze blew them out the fucking water. But if you need a basic outline for a good platform, go look at Free Speech Systems LLC platform. And that gives you a basic idea of what a good platform looks like. And it gives you something to maybe shoot for in the future if you're really into that. I'm not into that. I don't think I'll ever be the owner of a platform. I'm not going to say I'm not ever for sure, because that's a hell of a profit. If you can get a platform going, and you got a lot of these podcasters in there, like IP2's got like what? They got like, Jesus Christ, man, they got a lot. In their main deal, I got to take a peek at that. They had, I think it was over 50. I want to say 56. I don't remember. They had a lot of fucking people on that platform, and I was very impressed by the numbers that they had on the platform. And the outer platform, they had way over 80 at the time. I don't know what their numbers are at now. It could be up, it could be down, but those are just prime examples. There's a lot of other panels that I want to bring to your attention to go look at. But you actually got to go look at them. You could go look at the Drunken Peasants platform. Now, they do things a totally different way. But if you're interested in going in that direction, you got the money to kickstart something like that. That's something to really shoot for there, too, because them guys are bringing home the money. And you can't argue that. No matter whether you like them, you hate them, that doesn't matter, guys. It's the platform and the outline and the way they're doing business that you got to look at. See? And you got to give credit where credit's due, whether you like them or hate them or don't give a damn about them. Never heard of them. So you can't just sit back and say, I don't like that motherfucker. If I can't. Now I don't want to look at nothing he got. Okay, be that way. You're going to be the guy that ain't learned a fucking thing. You probably did that in school. I don't like this teacher. Fuck it. I ain't going to do no homework. And then next thing you know, you became an RV living IP2 girl, right? Because you was too stupid to pay attention in school. Just because you didn't like the teacher. Don't you feel foolish? Think about it. So this is kind of one of those times when you got to overlook the platforms that I'm going to be bringing to you. Because I don't care who you are out there. I'm probably going to find a platform that you either never heard of, don't give a damn about, or simply don't like the people that run that thing. But that's not why I'm showing you the platform. I'm going to be showing you the platforms because these are things that you might be able to do and shoot for if you have an interest in that. I can't remember that black girl's name. She was not that pretty, and she got really led the wrong way, thanks to people like Maurice Delk and a lot of them people over there. Several of the women that were surrounding that girl. Her platform went the wrong way. She joined the wrong platform. She was way overpaying for what she should have been getting, and she was not getting anything back. Her subs went up, and then they went right back down, and she went out of business. Because she surrounded herself by the wrong people because of the platform that she joined. And that's something else you got to be aware of. Just because you join a platform that's looking good at the moment, don't mean you ain't getting robbed. What that means is you didn't have enough knowledge to go shopping around. And you got had like a bad habit. You dig? So those reasons are why I want to do a video tomorrow on platform and platforming, because I see some people be had by shit like that. Now, I actually really like that woman. She had a lot of potential. But, you know, when you're right at that little point on the seesaw, and the ball can roll to the left or it can roll to the right, man, that wind could be blowing and it looks like that ball's going to slide over that way, right? So you're laying your money over there. It's going to go that way. And then all of a sudden the wind stops and boop, the ball falls the other fucking way, right? It's one of those times that you see a lot of, and I just don't like seeing that shit. And so I feel like if I do a video and entitle it with that on there, then anybody that's interested in joining platforms, maybe they'll come watch that video and get a good idea. Excuse me there. That maybe y'all need to look around and shop around a little bit more. In particular. But also in particular, how do you find a platform, let alone how do you find a good platform? And those things are really easy to answer for a guy like me, but a lot of guys like you might have a problem with it, especially if you're new into doing podcasts or any kind of broadcasting. You probably ain't got a freaking clue. I met people that have been doing this, they're broadcasting like, what's that dude wore his hat backwards, and he used to come on there like, oh my goodness. And he lived in California, and I found out he was actually working for CBS News. And he tried to deny it, but it's too late. I done showed the receipts, right? So fuck him too. But I didn't dislike the guy. That's where everybody got me wrong. I was simply showing that not all of these podcasters are independent. That's all I was doing with that video. And some other people try to turn it into a hate game. And we know who those are, right? I ain't got to mention your name or your names. But so me and him never had a beef with each other, and we're never going to, because, you know, cooler heads prevailed there, like most of the time. And so I got accused of going after that guy too. Oh, God forbid. That was funny. But I went through that periodically. And looking back on it, who was that main team that was over there on my right side the whole time? Yeah, you guys. You know who you are. Y'all was the one trying to trump up all that arguing and shit, hate game bullshit. That's why I had to shag you guys, by the way. So I hope you have a good life and take care. Go find somebody else to pull that shit on. But anyway, I'm going to be showing you these platforms for that purpose right there. And when you're looking at these guys and you're thinking, well, that guy's independent and he's pulling down $150,000 a year. No, he's not. He's getting paid $150,000 by CBS or NBC or by, you know, I don't know, some big chain store out there, Walmart or somebody. These big corporations actually hire people for their own individual reasons to do podcasts on the internet. And you're sitting here watching these donations pour into these guys, and you guys are thinking, God dang, this guy making $325,000 in donations, because you do the calculations. They already know you're going to do the calculations. How much have you ever donated to those people? Probably nothing. They probably weren't that good. And maybe you did. Maybe you sent them $100 or something. I don't know. But the reality of it is, when you see somebody making a lot of fucking money in donations and they just came out of nowhere, they're overnight sensation kind of shit. It does not work that way, guys. It never works that way. I don't give a damn if you was Elvis Presley and you just got noticed on the internet. It's not going to work that way, guys. That's a pipe dream. And I can show you those numbers too, like all day long. Go get all these YouTubers and these other sites where they're running all that malarkey with the buying bots, telling you that they got 50,000 followers. But you go over there and you look at their chat, and their chat is going this slow. What does that tell you? How many followers they actually watching? Like real people? It damn sure ain't no 50,000. It ain't 10,000. It ain't even 1,000. Hell, it ain't even 500. Or that chat would be going like this. You gotta, stop. What'd that motherfucker say? Oh, no, I didn't say nothing. Let it go. Stop it again. What'd that motherfucker say? Look, then you start scrolling through it, right? Next thing you know, you see that line going up like this. That's because you can't keep up with how many people are fucking chatting. When there's 500 people watching your live stream, that is how chat should be in reality. So when your chat is going real slow like this, you ain't got but 20, 50 people chatting on that son of a bitch. At best. You'd be hard pressed to call it 50. And yeah, you can have 73 and maybe only 45 people are chatting. That's very likely, in fact. But you're not going to have 10,000 fucking people, or let alone 1,000. Just shut the fuck up. When you guys see somebody's live stream that says 1,285 people are watching. See that number over there? Okay, what you're seeing is maybe 285 are watching. So then you got to look over at chat. And if chat did like this, you ain't got no 285 people watching. You probably got 35 people watching. And the rest are bots. You might have 85. You might have 185 and just a few people are chatting on it. See, this is called reality, guys. They pull the same shit on people running these platforms. And I just hate to see people get snookered that way, and they get over there and they think they got a career going for themselves, and then the magic pops out from under their feet. Like somebody pulling the carpet out from under you, right? And then you just right down to nothing. And then people are laughing at you because you paid them all that damn money for maybe a year and a half to be on their platform. They didn't give a damn about you. From day one, they didn't care about you because they used you for money, number one. And number two, they got somebody else on their platform. And that's another number for that next sucker over there. And then the two after that. And then the three after that. So people need to learn how to shop around for a platform. I think it's something that people I've never seen anybody actually talk about this in a live stream. I've talked about it with many people, you know, and like maybe we'll go to Facebook and have a little group chat, or we'll go over to Twitter and have a little private chat, or even Discord. You can go over there and have a private community chat, like a meeting. That's one thing that Discord is good for. If you don't hang out over there in all them stupid groups, if you just have an account, you can bring people in there just to have a little meeting. It's pretty good for that, but you don't need it for that. You can get on Google Chat. I've talked with a lot of you on Google Chat, even in a meeting pretense. So that's not a bad play. I've talked to people about about a lot of shit, right? One thing that I am educated on is how to recognize a good platform versus a bad platform. So that's why I have an interest in this. Y'all may have never heard of anybody wanting to discuss this topic on a live stream. So I don't know. Maybe there are a lot of other live streams that have discussed that very thing. Usually, the people that have done those videos are the people that own a platform trying to get you over to their platform. And they always got a sell point. Right? Have you guys ever heard of red pill? Oh no, I'm not talking about the Donald Trump red pill. Oh no, 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 no. See, you guys were thinking that, and I know you were thinking that because I used to be and go by, and I still am really, Trumpster Bob, right? So when I say red pill, you see, well, I got red on, I got red back there, got a red heart on there. Hey, the Republicans are the red pill and the Democrats are the blue pill, right? Oh, I know that's what you were thinking. But no, had nothing to do with none of that. There's a whole nother story behind redpill.com that does lead you up to a comedian who the owner of that site took in as his gay patty one. Even paid for this guy to go to college and learn all about the media world, get that free education the old-fashioned way. Well, at least with women, it was old-fashioned. I think nowadays some of the guys are into that. But anyway, so he goes and he was the guy that was putting on a Trump uniform, charging everybody $2,500, $3,500 a pop. He'd even take $1,500, and he had his own comedian platform and all that. But really, he was doing all that gay porno. Y'all remember that guy? I'm not gonna mention no names. I'm not here for that. So this guy was trained by this guy that ran that platform. That was one of the old school platforms. Most of y'all never even heard of it because that billionaire kind of retired. But if you go read up on that, redpill.com, and who the original owner was and the people he associated with, now you're starting to talk in a direction that's going to lead you towards Russian oligarchies. See? Now you're going to be talking in a topic that is pretty freaking deep. Now, in the past, I dove right off into there. I'll be naming names. I'll be telling you everything involved around these people. But that's not my thing no more. So here's the deal. How to recognize if somebody purchased that platform out, but it was still a scumbag platform to be on. It's pretty easy to tell, actually. But see, a lot of people don't know that. So I want to see, y'all, a couple of people just scooted out real quick. Y'all are Googling that shit up, aren't you? Oh my God, y'all are bad, I gotta tell you. People that have been following me for years, they already know. They know what I could say about that. Trust me. I dove off into that for like a couple of months, man, that shit. And then it went for a couple of years. I could talk about that shit left and right out the back of my mind, man. Oh, yeah. Somebody bring anything up, right? And let's not go there, guys. But believe it or not, redpill.com, the guy that owned that was redpilluniversity.com. Y'all catching on yet? So if this guy owned a university, why did he have to send this little student of his who lived with him to a university who used to do gay porn from the age of 18 up? In fact, he was the porn king from what I understand at one time. Like he was the #1 money making dude doing that kind of I guess some people call it entertainment. If you're into that. Anyway, some of these topics I get into, oh my God, right? So this guy, I would have him on my live stream, believe it or not, because man, the shit he's done. It's just he hasn't been scared to try shit, and he's actually been quite successful a lot more times than not. His downfall really came whenever he met me. That kicked off his downfall, I think. And hey, is what it is, baby. It is what it is. He got exposed. People didn't know that guy was that guy was that guy. It's all the same guy. And all I did was point that out. This guy is that guy that was trained by that guy that did that. And when he got done with university, he became a producer of gay porn because that guy fed him a lot of money and said, go get started. Anything you need, honey. I mean, in real life. So this guy goes out and he's producing all this gay porn, and that kind of wound down. The porn scene is too invaded now. Nobody's making big money with that now unless you're just a lucky son bitch, I guess. You found the Hawaiian goddess that's perfect, and everybody's like, oh my God, I want to see her in action. Yeah, okay, it's like that. But for the rest of all you schmucks, you ain't making the damn money at it. We know because we Google how much you're making, and I'm, God damn it, motherfuckers ain't making no money, right? So I don't want to hear you fucking people come back, telling me all that bullshit, because I'm gonna look it up right in front of you. And so now that we're on the same playing field here, this guy had his own platform also. And it was a talent agency is what he started up online. But he did pretty good for about, I think, 2 or 3 years. And then he dove off in the wrong direction with his bullshit. And then he ran into me exposing him because he crossed my path. And there he went. Where'd you go? Oh, he's still successful today. He's still got money, I'm pretty sure. I gotta say his name though. His name I'll say, and that nobody else's, because I know he respects me a lot, and I kind of respect a lot of shit he's been successful at. Believe it or not, even though this guy and me is not gonna be rooming together, and if we were, he better keep his ass on that side of the house, right? Yeah, okay, it's like that. But Dustin Gold is that guy's name. Dustin Gold. The guy that was the Donald Trump imitator that was ripping up Bibles and stepping on them and burning the American flag and all that shit, pretending he was doing comedy as Donald Trump. For people that were pretending to be right-wing podcasters or event holders, like they would hold events, 20, 30 people show up only if they're lucky. And he was there to draw more people to come watch their event, sucker people in, so to speak. So people were watching that really didn't know anything about all the bullshit that was going to go down. They'll be watching and they're looking at this guy dressed up as Donald Trump stomping on the Bible or stomping on the American flag, and then pouring some fluid on it and burning it, setting it on fire. And they're going, what the fuck? That ain't no Donald Trump. That's not even comedy. So really, ultimately, he failed with his own comedy because it was just too far out there. It was that dumb. So he brought himself down, to be honest with you. And when I noticed that this guy was doing that, I had to find out who he was, and that took me one day. And then the next day, I needed to know a little more about the guy, and people was coming to me, man. People were bringing me, like, that day, that second day. I said, hey, guys, I just want to know about this, and that. Bam, next day I had that and 10 times more on this guy. And it took me about a month and a half to look all that shit up. Month and a half. That's how active this guy's been throughout his career. I say careers. So he had this talent agency that he specialized in comedians. Some of them made the movies, like real movies. Some of them were singers. Most all of them didn't do anything in the way of singing. I don't think any of them made the top chord. There was one female that is up there, maybe a B plus. I forgot her name. She was an in and out nobody. Brunette looking girl. Maybe it was dark brown. I can't remember, but she was. God, her music was. It was fucking pathetic. You know. Yeah, she was in one day and out the next. And that one famous lesbian singer that died of AIDS, like pretty quick. Y'all remember her? She was real young and she was the overnight sensation, but her music fucking stunk. It was like the worst goddamn music you ever heard in your life. The only people that loved her were the lesbian women for the most part, and the gay men because, well, they had to because they're gay. And so, of course, she got a lot of your support for those kind of people over there. And of course, it made sense. Her problem was that she was never going to be a sensation because her music was never going to be good. And it was her music. She wouldn't listen to nobody. So she was just, somebody that was never going to be anybody. He was her manager. And she wouldn't even got as far along as she did if it weren't for Dustin Go. I can't remember her name either. She was semi-famous as hell. Like, I never heard of her. And people were like, you never heard of her? And I'm like, no. Now I went and looked up her numbers, and her numbers were so fucking low. I was like, fucking bitch only sold like 1.5 million albums at best. Nobody's heard of this bitch. And people are asking me like they're shocked. I didn't never heard of her. Shut up. You know, it's one of them things. And but I'm just saying, guys, he has been able to help people out in whatever venture they were undertaking. And so, you know, I can't totally down the guy 100% on everything he's ever done. I'm just saying that. But Dustin Gold was, he was that guy that he got lucky in life in a lot of ways for his lifestyle. But his entertainment thing he shut down. I had nothing to do with that, guys. I promise you, I had nothing to do with that, and he'll tell you his damn self. That was on a downhill slide before I even heard of Dustin Gold. Okay? I got a lot of people thought I shut him down like that. No, I didn't go after him like that. Fuck no. I'm not the kind of guy that will want to put all of them people out of business. Not all of them are left-wingers for that matter. So why the hell would I go after that? And Dustin Gold was more of an intermediate. He voted for Democrats and Republicans. He was just a left-winger because he got paid to be a left-winger. So he would never have been the target to begin with. My target was Red Pill, and I shut his fucking ass down. Well, he was already shut down when I got there, but I capped it off for him. And I kind of shut down a bunch of other shit they were doing over there with that. But, you know, you got to go after the snake's head. You can't go after its tail. That's the moral of that story. So I never went after those people. And I never went, actually, none of them people that I went after what they were doing had anything to do with Americans. So fuck them. That was my philosophy and all of that. And, you know, as people know, it would be like Americans going over to Germany telling you motherfuckers, you now got to be Lutheran. And if you're not, you're going to be poor. You can't work. We're not going to allow you to have a job. You'd be like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm moving to France, right? Or you'd be trying to kill our fucking ass, right? That philosophy will never work. You can't do that, guys. Everybody walks to a different path. You know, it's just that we couldn't allow them people to come in here and run our fucking country. And I think that's what it was all about in 2016, 17, 18, and so on. And a lot of that's what you're seeing going on now. People don't like that. Dictatorship and all of that. Oligarchy rule and, you know, nah. So, a lot of the rich people divided, and you're seeing a lot of rich people take up for the people now. They got to turn the wheel around, so to speak. So there's no need for a lot of that, I don't think. They do need support, though. I mean, if you're one of them people who goes around hating every rich guy in the world, you're a dumb motherfucking son of a bitch. You're probably hating on your own kind of people and don't even realize it. So the hate game is just no good across the board. It's just not. And more times than not, you need to think about those people that are working for those people. Because if you put that corporation out of business, you're putting a lot of people out of business, out of work. And along with everything else that hits America, we need some of them jobs too. So we can withstand quite a bit of the left-wing bullshit. We just are not going to be fucked with to the point that every single goddamn communist on the face of the earth, including China and Russia and all them other countries, come over here and fuck with us at the same time. And that's what we saw in 2016. And that's the only reason that there was ever a Trumpster Bob. And I expose a lot of that shit. And I'm not ashamed of that by any means. But I don't like being accused of doing shit I didn't do. And I had nothing to do with shutting down his entertainment business. And I don't know if he ever shut it down all the way or not even. He probably did. I got a feeling he did. But last I talked to him, he was trying to kind of reboot that a little bit. He had a lot of people on that platform, though. And so I want to enlighten you about his platform over there, because if it's still up on the internet, I'll go look it up, and I'll use that as an example for a couple of things only. Number one is he should have took more business classes. I think if he would have had a good partner that was educated in specialized in business, he would have had a much better setup. He did not have the proper setup for what he wanted to do. And he wanted to do everything his way himself. And that is why he was unsuccessful with that platform. You can't do that. It takes more than one person to run a platform. IP2, there's at least 3 people run that platform. The Blaze, there's more than 3 people run that platform, right? So all of your most successful platforms, even when they're down, they come right back up. Why? Because they got people that brainstorm and they come up with some way to get things rolling in the right way. If Dustin had been thinking this way back then, when he originally started that company up, right now, I think he would have been a very top entertainment company for employing people in the entertainment industry. And that's pretty cool thought that he got that fucking close. You know, again, you can't do everything yourself. You know, nobody's a know-it-all. And to run a platform, especially when you start getting a lot of people involved in it, whatever kind of platform it is something that requires a lot of brainstorming. You got to have somebody that knows businesses. You got to have people that, you know how to, I like to call it peacemaker. You got to have a peacemaker in the bunch, because those people are going to be going tooth and nail. That's a whole nother department for that matter. And Dustin could not cope with that. And that's ultimately cost a lot of people to leave. Key people left this platform. This platform went downhill after that. When you're not producing nothing, you got nothing. See? And that's just a prime example of which way not to go. And it's a good way to recognize a bad platform. Sorry, Dustin, but it was a terrible platform. You even told me yourself, and so I don't want to hear nothing about that. How do you feel about Kleenex being so obsessed over Elisa? He's a stalker now. Oh, no. Duffy, come on. You knew that was going to happen. In fact, I told y'all about a month ago a month and a half ago, I was telling you that was going to happen. Kleenex is not a stalker. Kleenex is one of Elisa Jordana's best friends. Elisa's very lucky to have him. And I'm pretty sure that if you get her one-on-one and talk to her, she's probably a very interesting person to talk to in a lot of ways. I mean, we have a lot of the same taste in food. I could talk to her about food for a fucking month. I think me and her could go around doing a live stream just about food for an entire fucking month. Easy. So that's just one idea of what you're looking at. Kleenex always played the detractor. Okay? Because they don't, for some reason, I don't think they jive good together on the same panel. So when you see that taking place, you got to understand Corey is the same fucking thing. Corey started out, he was the #1 hater when I went in there, and he was pointing fingers at me. I didn't have nothing to do with them two splitting up. That shit started before I even got over there, man. So, But Corey Pay, he's like the paid opposition, controlled opposition, guys. That's what those two are. But Corey never liked Kleenex, and Kleenex never liked Corey. Corey used to be her biggest fucking simp. Corey was Elisa's #1 Spartan at the time. I mean, he was all about wanting to sniff her fucking butthole. If he could just get a sock to sniff. In fact, he quoted that one time on one of his videos. Y'all remember that? He went to the fucking secondhand store, bought some fucking female socks, and I hope he washed them. But he was sniffing on a pink fucking sock, and he goes, Elisa, I can smell you. He was pretending he snuck in and stole her fucking sock. But everybody called bullshit on that real quick, right? Because he lives in another fucking state. He never went down and got no socks. Shut the fuck up. Right? So he got outed for that bullshit. And Corey was every bit as bad as Spartan. But because her rejection and me moving in there as her like go-to guy to be on her KAF show, what happened was Corey agreed to go over there and play the paid opposition. In fact, I was there watching them talk and drum up this whole fucking idea. So Corey and Elisa are friends. They never hated each other. Corey loves her to death. He's never going to admit that because all the true haters are supposed to be over there on her side. It didn't work because there's a lot of you people got your own little groups that don't like that community. And of course, you know, y'all talk to each other and whatnot, and that's fine and dandy. But when it comes to Kleenex, he comes up with different characters all the freaking time. Who do you think was it came up with the idea for Spartan? It wasn't Spartan. Spartan's an entertainer, guys. He's not what you're seeing on that. No. And I told you, there ain't no guy on the planet gonna go date a woman, put on handcuffs so he can meet her. There's not a guy on the planet that's gonna be that rejected by a woman and still be simping for her. Right? Eric has been a part of this from day one. Do y'all even know who Eric is? No, most of you don't. Let me tell you, no man is going to fly from fucking Florida to go to Los Angeles to be on somebody's fucking podcast because he's simping over a woman who he never fucking met. Actually, he has met her a lot in the past, but they've never been lovers. Nobody's going to do all the things that he did to try to get her attention. Nobody does those things, guys. And that guy makes a lot of money away from her. A lot of money. So I'm just telling you guys, no. Then there's no way a woman like her is going to reject a guy as good looking as Eric. So what you're seeing on the show is not what actually exists. What you're seeing is like watching a TV show. That's exactly what you're seeing. Now, not all of it is thought out ahead of time. They just say, okay, you're the bad guy, you do this, this, and that, and we'll run with it. And that's what they do. Me being in love with her, for example, that was my fucking idea ahead of time. It was all fake, guys. Even Kleenex knows this. I don't even know why he asked me about it today. I thought it was funny though. I did think it was funny, and I kind of ran with it. But it's just, guys, it's not what it looks like over there. And not everybody is paid performance. Not everybody is being stopped by them. Not everybody is being taken advantage of by them. People actually agree to play those freaking roles. Now, I don't know about Brandon Quay because he came in there wild as fuck. But I get him on my live stream, and he ain't like that at all. When I was on his live stream, he's cool as hell. He ain't nothing like what you see all that bullshit typing going. In fact, I think they probably had somebody we don't even know actually running that account. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's just night and day between the two, right? And if I had Brandon up on my live stream right now, I'd probably really enjoy having the guy up on my live stream. He's a really great guy, I think. And I got no problem with him. Because I know that all of that bullshit going on in the Discord, she probably told him to act like that. Or maybe it was Kleenex's idea or somebody else's idea over there. I don't know. They say Leaf is gone. No, Leaf just went into hiding. He's got a fake account over there. He's still producing her show. And y'all know who that is, don't you? Talks just like him when he types. I can't believe y'all can figure this out yet. So I broke off from all of that for personal reasons. Discord is just not a good place to be. It attracts too many bad people and bad things happen and so forth and so on. And it leads to a lot worse happening. And I'm just not down with that. I'm not going to go that direction. I could, if I was a dumbass, I could continue to go that way. But I'm not into the hate game like you guys seem to have been told, a lot of you. I don't know what you've been told. I really don't even give a damn. I'm just not into the hate game, guys. And that's why I don't run a regular show anymore. And I do a lot of mouthing off more than anything. And I do tell on a lot of people, like what's going on over there. But this is not a bad doxing thing. This is one of those times when you're explaining to people, you know, it's more like a soap opera. Don't get mad at people over there because they're acting a certain way. You let them control things over there, because if she doesn't want somebody over there, it's her platform. They're gone that quick. Have you even thought about that? Do you honestly think she's going to let some creep in there who's threatening to kill her day in and day out, all day long? And then she's going to go on a date with that guy who never washes his hair, who's been outed in another community 10 ways from Sunday? She knows those things are going to be coming up and be talked about eventually. So let's talk about it. See, that's my philosophy. You know, I'd rather see somebody go out to all these restaurants and talk about food, and maybe a couple. You know, it could be brother or sister, man and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Hell, I've even watched some of the gay guys do that shit. And actually, I like the gay females, like I don't know if they're totally gay, but like we'll call them bisexual females maybe, or bisexual guy. I don't know. But there was a couple of guys there for a while. They broke up real quick, but they were actually pretty entertaining. They didn't bring all that gay kissing and shit into their live stream. And so I didn't have a problem with their personal life. And I watched them for about a good 4+ months. And then they broke up, and well, fuck that shit. And then now I'm over there on Twitter. If you see me over there on Twitter and you see who I'm following over there, well, then you know that I don't give a fuck about somebody's personal life. If I like the material, I'm going to watch it. And when it comes to food, I'm very interested in that. But I'm not into all that fake food, you know, that people cook. Like, people are just not going to make it to house. If you're going to go that direction at all, if you want to talk about black mushrooms, how do you get black mushrooms? You can't grow them. You actually have to make them. If you buy real ones at the store, oh God, whoo, they cost an arm and a leg. But if you got a little pressure cooker or anything like that you can get an airtight pressure in it and shut it off like that, you can actually produce those at your house for the price of what it costs to buy normal mushrooms. Now, you want to talk about making hamburgers in particular, or throwing them on some steak? Oh my God. Talk about delicious. I've actually tried them a few times. They're very delicious. The ones you buy at the store, though, like at Walmart and whatnot, those are fake. You know, they've had flavor put in them, and they do not taste. It's like the difference of tasting, being in Alaska and going down to the docks and purchasing some cod, Maybe it's pre-sliced for you and all of that. You paid for that and you get in a package, right? And usually that's what you get anyway, right? So you take it home and you slap it on the grill and you slap it up just right, and then you slap it on the grill and cook it. Maybe put that little juice on it while you're cooking it, right? Oh yeah. Throw some of that good stuff back on there, a little rub it in there real good and flip it over. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Now, you get fresh cod and it's like, oh my God, delicious. You get cod here in Texas and it tastes exactly half as good if you're lucky. That's if you buy it at the store and you cook it at your house. You go to a restaurant, they bought it at the store maybe 3 days ago, a week ago. And it's just not going to be the same, guys. So when you're talking food with me, if you want to talk about something a little exotic that you can actually throw a trick in there, hey guys, this is how you do this or how you do that, and you get that. Well, now you're talking my level, because now a poor person could go make that product and have it at their house and enjoy it just the same as anybody else. If you start talking that foreign language to me, I don't know what you're talking about. Now I don't want to watch your show anymore. Because you brought up a very elite food that I don't even know about. Never even heard about black mushrooms. I actually learned about black mushrooms from a chef years ago. And then several years ago, I saw a guy doing a cooking show. And I saw him again. But he explained in his video, if you don't know what black mushrooms are, watch my next video. I'm going to tell you everything. And that guy told everybody everything, how to make them and all that shit. And then I saw one just a couple of years ago. Some white guy in California was talking about how they stole a recipe from Brazil. And brought it up here to a chain food here that actually uses it in the restaurants, and they used it in their fast food for a while. The flavor is, the way they do it was pretty good, but the way he did it's better. Obviously, he shows you why theirs sucks and his is right, because they copied it and it was not the real thing. He told you how to do exactly what they were doing, but make it the way that they make it in Brazil, the right way. And so therefore, same thing with that guy, only in his video, he went from the hamburger comparison all the way over there to this is how you make the black mushrooms, guys. And every ingredient in there, he showed you how to make right then and there. That's impressive stuff. Hell, I want to go back and watch that again, right? So videos like that entertain me. I mean, I'm into those type of things. So when I see people out there doing things like on Twitter, for example, in particular, I've been following for quite a while because these people entertain me. If I get bored, like that damn bored, and I don't want to live stream nothing for, 2-3 days, fuck y'all kind of attitude. And I get that way. So it's the same as anybody. So what I do is I go over there to Twitter and I'll go make a few clicks and I'm watching their live streams. And it's not always on YouTube, but some of it's on YouTube too. And so I'm interested in that. But don't think that Kleenex is obsessed over Lisa, because he's not. He's doing that, and I told you he was going to do it the day that I left Kermit and Friends. And I told you then, a month and a half ago, that when I do leave Kermit and Friends again, it'll be for the last time. That doesn't mean she ain't going to kick me out for a day or two and I come back in. And that's exactly what you saw happen, guys. I predicted all of this shit you're seeing going down in Kermit and Friends a month and a half ago, at least on live stream. I know what's going on over there. Again, I've been over there so long, I can read it like the back of my hand. Like, check that out. I didn't know I had that freckle. I do now. A little freckle right there. Y'all see a little freckle right there? A little freckle right there. Now, of course, I've had that freckle for a couple of years now, but I don't know why I got a freckle on that fucking hand right there. I never could figure that out. And if you really look at my hand, it looks like I got 4 freckles, but I don't. Technically, I got 1 fucking freckle on the back of my fucking hand. And to this day, I don't know, did I hit my hand on something when I was younger? I can't fucking remember any of that. So it must just be a freckle. So I must have 0.001% or 0.01% of these particular Norwegians that had freckles in my family history. Somewhere that has to be the case. If I got a freckle on my hand. Right? Think about it. I mean, we don't know. We're all mutts these days for the most part. But predominantly, we're going to have a solid line through there. And, yeah, I don't know about all this. I'm probably going to get a lot more questions about Kermit and Friends this, Kermit and Friends that. And I'm not going to tell Kleenex that I'm going to lie for him or cover for him because I'm not, and he knows that. With that said, that's why he bumps me backstage and brings me up. And I want to hear this guy, and he'll bring me back up. All right, well, hey, he just kicked off where he left off, or he'll bring me back up and he'll make a comment like, oh, God damn, you're just going to stand firm on that stance, aren't you? And then he'll click me back down. And even though what I'm saying is the truth, it doesn't matter how much everybody on the fucking planet knows it's a fact. He's going to play it off. Because I left Kermit Friend. So if I start popping off talking negative, doing constant negative videos on them, well, that's going to make me look bad, and they're going to help me make myself look bad. So I'm not going to do that, guys. But if you come over here and ask me a question about this or that or anything else, I'm not going to hold back on the truth about what does go on over there or what you're seeing over there. What I can tell you is as you guys start hating in on Kleenex, I can tell you what's going to happen next. He's going to back away. Be hurt all over again. He's going to go right back to his comfort zone, which is playing the controlled opposition. Are y'all catching on yet how that works over there? That's exactly how it works. And they have done this many times in the past with Kleenex. So what I'm telling you is not something that is new. This is something that they've been doing since they've been together doing podcasts. And he doesn't care how many people watch his podcast. He's happy if he gets about 50 over there. That guy's tickled pink. I'm kind of saying, well, I don't give a flying fuck half the time. But he's going to get a certain amount of views because he's Kleenex. He starts coming over here and he'll mention names of old school people from Howard Stern's show, right? A little midget guy that died. He'll pop off his name. He'll come over here and talk about, what's his name? He talks like this all the time. And you know it's fake as hell. And that guy's gay as a $3 bill. But he always comes off like he's the simp. He was the simp for Chrissy Mayer. Did y'all believe that bullshit? She catfished him out of $10,000 fucking dollars in one night. Guys. They all run with the same people. That was all choreographed bullshit. Are y'all catching on yet? So Chris Mayer is over here throwing him a percentage of her chump change in order to produce that. Right now, she's pretty big on the internet. She's good at what she does. That's why. I think she's better at it than Elisa. But don't be getting mad at these people because you think they're bad people. Because they're not. They're just people playing a role. And you people think it's real. What happened to that guy on Chris Mayer's channel? He disappeared. But he was talking about, oh, I feel so bad. I let her take advantage of me like that. Oh, it's not going to break me, but I just, I feel so bad. I allowed that to happen. And I knew it was happening, and I just went with it. And all that simp-ass bullshit talk, right? Guys, these people are not bad people, all of them. And that's why you'll see them go back and forth, playing different roles. Even Kleenex did that donation bullshit with a little different twist over there with Elisa Jordana, didn't he? And that got y'all really mad at him. Then y'all come over here yakking at me and Bob, why ain't you pissed off at him? Well, because I know better, that's why. I know better, and maybe you just don't. So I don't know if that kind of shit entertains you, man. Watch it. I'm not going to tell you not to watch it. Those shows can be very entertaining at times. And to a lot of people, they like to watch that kind of stupid shit all the time. So I'll never tell you not to go watch it or be a part of their community if that's what floats your boat. But you have to remember, there's a lot of fake accounts over there. And they only got 99 people in that Discord. And just last year, they had over 300. So they keep getting new people in there, running them off. Get new people in there, running them off. Get new people in there, running them off. How quick can they chew you up is the question. That's what it's all about for them. All of them are like that run those type of podcasts. And I'm just not into that. Like that. I was trying to steer them the right way. They kept wanting to go the wrong way. So they went the wrong way. They can live with that. Oh, yeah. They got secret platforms that they don't tell you about. Those platforms are run on secret servers. So, unless you're in their club, not just on their show as a part of their show, but unless you're really in that club on a personal level, you ain't never going to be a part of their inner circle, and you're never going to know about their little private platforms that they have. Those are the ones you got to watch out for, guys. Be careful and just don't be had by people to any degree that's going to affect you to a large degree in your personal life. Don't let the people that follow them hurt you in your life. Learn when to back out. When the right time is right, you'll know it and you'll leave. That's what I do. That's what I did. And you never got to see me going back with any of those kind of platforms. In fact, I left a lot of the other ones too. And simply because they're all up to no good. They're all trying to trample over everybody else just to make a donation. And I just think that's so stupid and pathetic. I got better things to do in life, guys. I'd rather sit right here and run my damn mouth every fucking day, and I'm not going to do that, than to be a part of that kind of shit show. You know, that's just me. That's just my preference. I'm not asking you to like it. You don't have to hate me for it either. But it's just reality, guys. So if you ask me about Kleenex, you should not be hating on Kleenex. Captain did not create IP2. Okay, Duffy, tell us all about it. I knew I'd drag one of you in here. I'm lost. Well, you're going to have to help me out, darling. Jump on the live panel and explain it to us. I know Cappy took all the credit for creating it. It was that other guy though, right? I forgot his name. There's another guy that actually runs that over there. And I don't know if he's the one that created it, but he's the one that runs it. I know it's not Cappy. Ice Poseidon. Thank you. Yes, that is correct. I couldn't remember his name earlier. They call him Ice Poseidon. I'm not into Ice Poseidon's live streams either, by the way. It's the same old junky IP2 bullshit to me. I just never got into y'all's drugged up, drunken fucking bullshit. And y'all shit is fake too. The fake beach fight and the fake all of that bullshit. Hey, y'all are just as fake as Elisa Jordana calling her Miss Plastic and all that because, oh, she's so fake and all that. What about your own goddamn bullshit? Not all of it's fake 100%. I mean, they do kind of semi-fight. Danny from LA got in a fight with those two little Tinkerbells in their RV, and of course he lost. But I think he likes that kind of play, and they do too. And yeah, that was all choreographed. You know, I've been in fights with a lot of my friends, but it was always limited. And I mean, you just do that kind of thing growing up. So for you guys to do that on IP2, it's obvious to a guy like me. No, Duffy, I'm not an Elisa simp. I really haven't been for like real shortly after I met her. Cappy's only been on IP2 for 3 years. Okay, well, thank you for that. But I know that there were other IP2 that started. There was another one before him, or before you guys, Ice Poseidon. There was another one before that guy too. He'd been around for 12 years. Yeah, I believe that. How long has he had the IP2 platform? And what was it called before that? There was another guy that was doing the platform for the RVers prior to him. And you're not going to tell me that Cappy is not a drug runner because he's talked about it. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. So as long as he's been around, he's run the IP2 platform. So IP2 has always been Ice Poseidon's platform, henceforth Ice Poseidon, IP. IP1, then IP2. Would that be more accurate? Or did he name himself Ice Poseidon because, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Yeah, I just never could even if I think IP, I can never remember the fucking, what that means, what it's supposed to stand for. Ice Poseidon. And his name's come up so much this past week that, oh God, people come over here, like, what was it, 2 or 3 days ago, I guess he did some kind of live stream that a lot of people were talking about. And they come up to me and, Bob, what'd you think about that live stream? Why ain't you talking about that motherfucker over there? And I'm like, I ain't got no fucking interest. They do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. You're gonna watch it or you're not. Make up your own fucking mind, you know? God damn these people. And but I never had a problem with IP2. It's just I know that IP2 or Ice Poseidon I've never had a problem with. I don't have a problem with IP2. It's just that I would never do what you guys do at IP2. I know that there's a lot of people that own 1 house, 2 houses, 3 houses, even on houses in different states that are in IP2. So you're not going to tell me any different. I know for a fact. I've looked up some of your names. Some of you is poor as fuck. And then you got a few of those people that slows, parents want to pawn them off on you, but their parents got, you know, they're well off. And, you know, it's just most all of that shit's just such bullshit. And then you do get some poor people that come along that's trying to hang out with some guys that maybe can help them do something in life. And they come along and I think they get used like a bad habit over there. Personally, that's my take of IP2. Y'all are just like Elisa Jordana and Kermit and Friends. Only you guys are in RVs. That's about the only fucking difference that I see. Well, I know that Cappy, the story that I originally heard on Cappy, that is true. I did hear that about Cappy, but Cappy didn't come about till later, and I knew that too, so I knew that it wasn't true that he started up the community. I heard somebody else started up the community, and then he came along and tried to steal it from me, or actually stole it from me or something. I can't remember the exact story I heard on that, to be honest with you. So I thought that Cappy ran IP2, and he has claimed that. He has said that himself. Matter of fact, when he had Elisa Jordana in his RV, the first fucking time she was inside his RV, she asked him, so who runs IP2? And he says, I do. And they remember the next fucking time she was in the RV, they had a fucking full goddamn conversation about this. Don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I heard. Along with hundreds of other people. Cappy was talking to her about how he created IP2. And she was just so amazed by his success. You don't remember that bullshit? Because I do. So, yeah. Cappy took full fucking credit for IP2 at one time. Exactly, yeah, there are a part of IP2, but if Cappy was never, I don't see him as a leader of any fucking thing. He come over here with a certain amount of money and he's burned through quite a bit of it, I know that. So I'm a nut job because somebody told somebody else on a live stream something that was a joke so seriously. Well, I never did take it that seriously, darling. I apologize if you think that. All I could do is repeat what I heard, and being the ignorant fuck that I am, because I'm not in your little circle, I was out of her circle at the time and been out of it ever since for the most part. I didn't know that. But I did know that somebody else ran IP2, and I did say that too. But I couldn't remember his name, and it's not just Ice Poseidon. There's another guy that he got that helps him run IP2. I know that much. Because I've talked to Ice Poseidon. It's been a few years, or I think 2 years ago. But because it was the same topic, I thought that Cappy ran it. And then this IP guy came along and said, no, he's the one that runs it. And I said, okay, you're both claiming to run it. Now, which one do I believe here? I don't fucking know. Oh, everyone helps everyone. Well, that's the way it's supposed to be in IP2 or any platform that you're on. You're all supposed to help each other. So they're going around sprouting off a bunch of bullshit over there. Somebody like me repeats one part of that bullshit that you hear, and I'm the fucking idiot. Okay, I'll be your fucking idiot. But thank you for pointing out that it's Ice Poseidon. I need to write that down like on the wall or something, right? Like, what's that motherfucker's name? I could look around the wall at all my notes and go, oh yeah, that motherfucker. You realize that 2 years from now, I'm going to forget all about you? Maybe not 100%. But I'm going to forget about most everybody over there. To be honest with you. And that's how it works every time. And then here's a K. Mary calling Duffy a lying individual. God, can I get both of you up here on the panel to maybe we can straighten this out? I posted the link. There it is. Come on up here, Kay. And now we're not going to have y'all arguing over each other. I want to hear one person for like a minute, and then I want to hear the other one. We can go back and forth, but I definitely want to hear both of y'all. Because right now I believe in Duffy. And I got to tell you, because I talked to Ice Poseidon in the past. I just couldn't remember his name. I do emphatically remember who he is now. A lot more than what I could. Thanks to Duffy. So you coming in here, I'm going to have to hear your side of shit, Kay. Why are you calling her a liar and a reject and all of that? Or she's calling you to reject? What is going down with this? I got a feeling this ain't got nothing to do with what we're discussing. Oh, she's the one. Okay. I believe her about Ice Poseidon, but I think there was another guy that started up the IP community before Ice Poseidon. And when he went downhill, Ice Poseidon moved in and started up his own platform and basically overtook the guy. That's the story I heard. In fact, that's the story I read. I just don't remember that shit because it's been a while back. Now I'm starting to believe both of you here. Well, a lot of catfish simps get disliked. And then again, Kay could be right about that too. You could be another Kleenex. You could be best friends with Lala. Y'all could be bisexual lovers. And at the same time, pretending to be rejected, Duffy. See, you guys are never honest about nothing. That's why I left Discord over there, because the whole community's fucked up. You get no truth over there. And then when you finally do get to the truth, it's like, oh, okay, that was no big deal. It was stupid. Oh, I see Elisa helping Cappy out a lot over there. Don't think I don't see that. I see a lot of... She wouldn't even be still talking about this fucking moron loser if she wasn't trying to help him. But she keeps him in the mix because of what you did say, Duffy, that y'all all help each other over there. And I've been eyeballing that for a while, so that's kind of obvious, I think, to me. Oh, Duffy had a fake internet husband. Okay. Well, how was she gonna catfish her? And I mean, she, you know, the only way I could see that happening is if Duffy actually showed up and did a little lickety split on her or something. I mean, you know. Well, it depends on the platform you're on if you want to delete your message or not. It doesn't mean it was not necessarily accurate. Lala's an interesting character. I really thought she was really a trashy person by watching the streams. You guys really painted her off as a really nasty person, but I don't think that in real life. I think in real life she's really the opposite. Same with Goo. Goo's got money. Goo ain't poor. She didn't join IP2 poor. And Goo is not near as young. She's about 10 years older than anybody really thinks she is. See, because I found the real her and I looked her up and I was like, God damn, she owns that. Motherfucker, she owns that in that state, in this state. Now she's over in Florida and goddamn bitch gonna have a house at 5 fucking states before it's over. I think she just collects houses. Okay, you said your piece. She tried to simp over Lala, but got knocked down. That's cool. But how do you come into all this thing, Duffy? What makes you want to go after, I mean, not Duffy, Kay? Pay attention. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm paying attention. They disappear when you touch a nerve. Word. But I think she meant by your fake ass, Duffy. Oh. Goddamn, Duffy. You's a fake ass. I'm not doubting that one either. I think there's a whole lot of truth to that with all of IP2 community, to include KAF and Elisa Jordana and that whole crew over there. They've been that way ever since I met them. I don't see that changing now. They were trying to get me to go on an RV with IP2, and I'm never going to do that. That would be the dumbest fucking thing. And it was this other dumb motherfucker's idea. God, these people are stupid. The shit they think of. There's 100 better directions to go, but hell no. Everybody's got to be a Dustin Gold and do it their way. They can't listen to nobody. And that's why you guys are so unsuccessful. Y'all could be a lot more successful if you did things more in the direction of the right way. This is what I don't like about y'all's communities over there. That's not true that nobody in this world ever simps over Lala. I've seen a lot of guys simp over her. What give you that idea? And we're talking about after the fact. This is after you were rejected. That being the case, of course you're going to have nothing but negative to say about Lala. And now you see what she wrote about why. Kay, are you going to come up on the platform? When you hit that link, you'll be up here. I mean, not platform, panel. Oh, did she block you? That's interesting. We got Kay Mary over here on a vendetta. I kind of like that. That's pretty interesting. So Duffy says she didn't block her. Blocking is for the weak. So I don't know what happened there unless you guys are watching. Like, yeah, we got a cat fight over here. Knock down, drag out. Now see, I think this is the real part of the aftermath of communities like this. This is what it produces right here. Fighting and hating. Kay Mary, why are you even on Discord? Why are you even over there with those people? That's what I want to know. Oh, Captain knows you're very real. Did you pork him too? The way you worded that, he knows you're very, very real. Not just real, but very real. Was it a softcore deal, a little, lip service? Hydro lip massage, if you will? God dang, you're being cruel to each other. Y'all are meaner than, well, I don't know if you're meaner than some of the guys, but y'all are pretty, golly. Block and unblock. Oh, so she's blocking and unblock. I almost said that a minute ago. I bet she blocked her and then she saw what she said and then she unblocked her. It's common. Oh, she catfish Captain too. I do want to hear this story. Get up here, Kay. Get up here and tell us this story. I want to hear this story. When people are known as catfish, Duffy, you're going to create people that are going to follow you around and tell on you. Well, I don't know what brought that on then, Duffy. If you never block anybody, quit catfishing. Go pick a guy and try to stick with him. Maybe y'all can make a life together. You thought about that? Duffy has 100 alts. Well, that don't surprise me. So many people do these days. It's stupid. She says Max and her have FaceTime many a time. Okay. I wouldn't mind FaceTiming with you myself. You are going to be wearing, like just a t-shirt, right? Oh, please watch it all. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Mary Kay, my advice is to leave the community. That's my advice to you, unless you're heavily into the community and you're making money with them in some way or something to that effect. Well, then I can understand, it's part of your business. Good luck to you on that, but as long as you're in that community, ooh, damn, now she's using my terminology. Ooh. I don't know. I think I'm starting to like Mary. Mary Kay, get your ass up there. What? I think y'all are lying. I think you're both lying on each other. Y'all just talking shit to hate on each other. What, do you want me to read off all the messages for you, and that way she can delete them, but they're still recorded? Or shall I flip my screen around and record all of the messages being posted? Is that what I need to do? Is that what you're saying? I'm not going to do that. Look, people want to delete their messages. They're going to delete them. You know? But you two fighting it out of my chat, that's just like a detractor here. I'm like, bring it up here on the panel. I'll just sit back and listen to this. But I gotta tell you, I have a good intention for that. I'm like a peacemaker, right? If you can't make peace, separate. You go to that corner and you go to that corner. How about that? Are y'all gonna be duking it out? Are y'all like that close together? Is there a possibility of, some fist flying? I know IP2 is very popular for women fighting men over there, even in particular. Goo is known for that. So, are we going to see you two duking it out? The fake model and pissed off K Mary? Which obviously ain't your real name. I mean, you just reversed Mary Kay. And she deleted that message too? Oh, that's funny. Don't worry, the catfish fixing to leave. Oh, so you're like used to duking it out with her like this then. This is like an everyday thing for you, right? Okay, that's cool. I can dig it. K Mary. I'm trying to see if I recognize that picture, but I don't watch all of the IP2 people, so if you are an IP2, I'm not going to recognize you. Most likely. But I don't know if that's really you. I can't see you being a part of IP2. I just don't see it. I mean, it's a possibility, but, wow. That was pretty crazy, man. Them two was good. The knockdown drag out right there in my live stream. And neither one of them wants to come up here and tell a story. I mean, oh, that's funny. Y'all are wearing me. I really got to go, guys. Oh my God, I don't have much time left. Let me holler at you guys. All right, K Mary, you're welcome to follow me. Hold on a minute. I'll give you a link. Uh-oh. Bad, guys. That's my bad. I totally messed up what I was doing there. Let me try that again. Oh, that's funny. I so gotta upgrade my cell phone a little bit with a couple of apps. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna give you a link to where you can follow me over there on Twitter, and I got a lot of messages over there, like, oh my god, gotta go read all of that, and so that's fine. Let me go catch up on my thing, and you know, maybe I definitely want to do that live stream tomorrow. If I don't do it tomorrow, maybe the next day, but I definitely want to do a live stream on platforms, and you guys are a good example of a platform. I don't like your platform. I don't like the way you do business, but your platform is a pretty good platform overall. I mean, if you guys were into different things, I mean, it would be a pretty cool platform to run under. But I think your platform is totally dependent on Ice Poseidon. I think without him, your platform has a lot of problems. I think you guys are going to end up splitting up eventually. I just don't see it being something that's going to be a go unless somebody comes in and buys him out. But what if he's senile? What if he's too dumb to take the money? You know, what if you got seeing stars up there and just aren't there? Hey, you never know. I don't know. Hey, good luck to Ice Poseidon and good luck to both of you young ladies. I hope that y'all don't continue to go through this hate and discontent in your lives and let it consume you like this. I don't believe that she was lying about really anything that she said here about Ice Poseidon running IP2 or anything, because I know that's true. It bringing back what I've read up on IP2, and I'll have to go back and read it again apparently. But it's interesting that I was kind of in between snookering here. What I really thought Cappy was trying to start up his own IP2, but it never happened. See? And when it never happened, I realized that there's something not right here. And Ice Poseidon met me and told me, or he came and told me that he's the one that runs IP2, not Cappy. So I kind of remember that. So I knew that he ran IP2, but well, it's all content for him with Cappy, so he doesn't give a damn. I don't know. It's just real. I don't like all that fighting, like you just saw my chat down there. Oh God, it's entertaining. I give you that. See, but that's the draw in. It's entertaining. The negative behind it is that people are looking at you like, oh, I could go live that kind of lifestyle, and I'll be okay. I'll have life made by the tail, just like you people. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. So I don't see y'all doing a lot of good for society. See? I just don't, guys. But good luck with whatever you're doing. And good luck to Elisa. I know she ain't making the money she thought she was going to make. I don't see that going anywhere the way that she's going. And I really don't see her being associated with IP2. Just because they're helping each other the way they're doing. That's like the whole goddamn thing is the wrong way to go, in my opinion. But I guess if somebody's got to make a go of it, it's got to be you guys, right? Good luck to you, man. I hope the best for you. God, I don't want nothing to do with all of that. I don't want anything to do with all that hate and discontent. That is like, oh my God, that's the complete wrong direction. Oh, that is so funny. And that's why it's so entertaining to watch that, because you know that you don't want to go in that direction. Hell, if you guys do anything for society, you should y'all should do a pre-recorded deal to play at the end of every one of your live streams that tells people, we are actors. Please do not follow our example in real life. Or something to that effect, right? Y'all really should. God, you guys are bad. Oh my God. Hey, I can't help but love you guys though, even though I don't like what you do. I don't like your platform. Ice Poseidon's always been a really cool guy to me. You know, I'll just leave it there. I don't even hate Elisa. I just don't like what she does. And she takes that to heart. No, Trumpster Bob. Oh, I can hear them people talking over there for the next fucking month and a half. But it's not going to bother me. Y'all can say whatever the hell you want. The reality is, I'm out of there, guys. I'm not going to be a part of what you just saw right there. I never have been like that. I never wanted any part of that. And for you guys to think that I was ever going to join IP2 and get on an RV, you lost your ever-loving mind. That was like the biggest hit to me right there. You honestly think I would do something like that? Oh, God, no. Y'all don't know me at all. All right, guys. Peace out. Good luck. Spread the love and not the hate. And I can't see you doing that if you're part of the ones perpetuating the hate. See? And that's why I just had to go, guys. Whatever y'all are arguing about over there, that's fine. Whatever you two are arguing about, I guarantee you in 2 years, it's not going to exist. And if it does, you got suckered into the game.